for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's up? It's that boy Coach Malachi Williams in the building. We back. True Media Today, USA Boxing. We're back. We back up in this bitch, man. The old boy a little tired. I'm tired, sleeping in the motherfucker, man. I had a rough night, bro. Man, it took me for, I don't even want to talk about it. I'm tired, jet lag. We're going to get through this show, though. You know, we're going to get through this show. It is what it is, man. Shout out to everybody that's here. Man. Let everybody know, man. Y'all share the video. Let everybody know. Share the video. Let everybody know, man, that the hottest boxing podcast is here. In daytime spot. It is what it is. We're going to make it do what it do. We ain't been around that long, man, but, you know, it's quality over quantity. As a matter of fact, this show right here, man, I really want to ask some serious questions. This show, I'm going to drop the phone lines early. I will be dropping the phone lines early. I want to ask some serious questions. I want to ask some serious questions on the show. Let's give everybody that's here a round of applause. Hey, man, shout out to Rockman. Rockman, what's going on, fam? Shout out to Marquis. Marquis, what's going on, bro? Shout out to Marquis. Shout out to my sister, Ficiana Fights. Shout out to Shad. Shout out to Green Eyes P. What's going on? Swat Jones, what's going on, baby boy? Shout out to Halim in the building, my sister, Food Revolution. What's happening? What the lick? Read the lick. Shout out to Al Money, man. I appreciate you, fam, for the renewing the membership. He said, Coach Mal, peace and love. Keep shining. Yes, I appreciate that, fam. I got a lot of videos to drop. And you know, I got a lot of shit to do, man. So, you know, work. You know what it is. Let's give everybody a round of applause. Shout out to Yamis. Yamis said we gotta address that Cobra fight. He not repping back, right? No, he not gonna run it back. He's not gonna run it back from what he said. So yeah, we're gonna address that too. We're gonna address Cobra fight as well. We're gonna address that as well. I haven't gotten a chance to look at the fight again. I'm tired, dog. I'm tired. Bro, I had a long, bro. It took me forever to get back to Florida, bro. I came home about 12 o'clock LA time. I left about, my plane took off at about 1 o'clock LA time. I didn't get home until 12 o'clock in the morning LA time. So, what, 12 hours? Put damn near 12 hours for me to get home? You get what I'm saying? From LA time, something of that sort. No, when it wasn't 12. Yeah, literally, bro. Literally, I can't make this shit up, bro. So you can just imagine. Which, you know what I mean? So I left at 4 o'clock East Coast time. I didn't get home till like 3 a.m. this morning. So yeah, but you can imagine. But anyway, man, let's get into the show. So I'm tired of the motherfucker right now. But let's get into the show, though. Let's give everybody. Did I give everybody a round of applause? Let's give everybody a round of applause. Let's get into the show. Let's do this now. I've been talking to a lot of people, man. I've been talking to a lot of people, and some people are all over the place. You get what I'm saying as it relates to this Canelo, David Benavidez, Canelo. The guy who I hate talking about. Canelo has some really good fans, but then he have a fanboy fan base. He has a section. Because you got guys who are really, really diehard, like radical Canelo fans. And you have diehard radical Canelo YouTube channels. You know who they are. You know what I mean? You know who they are. And that's fine. I ain't got a problem with that. I must have a disclaimer right now. My channel is not for everybody. My channel is not pro-Mexican. My channel is not pro-Mexican fighter. My channel is not pro-white fighter. My channel is not even pro-black fighter. You get what I'm saying? I leave that to the revolutionaries and the other guys. You know, this is a boxing channel. And I am of the opinion, from what I've been watching boxing for over 40 years, that skills pay the bills. And I never seen a fighter win a fight based on his ethnicity. So remember that. If you looking for ethnicity pushing, this is not the channel for you. You might as well unsubscribe and leave. I don't want your subscribership. You can go back to where you came from. I don't need you. I just want to throw that out there. Now, you got a section. I want to address specifically the section of Canelo fans that say Benavidez, you have a problem with Canelo, maybe even fighting the Benavidez. We're going to address two things. We're going to address the fans who have an issue with Canelo fighting David. Write this down. Because I got ADD. I'll be forgetting shit. I got to write this shit down. And we're going to address the fans of David Benavidez who might not understand that, hey, shit, just because David become the mandatory, will Al Haymon and the PBC allow him to leave the PBC and fight on another network? That's real. Will Al Haymon allow his PBC fighter, his star PBC fighter, to leave and fight on another network? And if you know anything about the PBC, 9 times out of 10, they don't do that. So we got to look at that. So I get both sides. You got the I hate Canelo side, and you got the you have the I hate Canelo side, and then you have the I hate Benavidez side. If you hate Canelo, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. If you hate David Benavidez because you feel like he ain't Mexican enough or whatever the case may be, that shit ain't got nothing to do with me. Those are your subjective feelings. I want to talk about the real shit. Your feelings, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. He say, oh, they'd be allowed to fight. Hold on. And I'm finna drop these phone lines right now. He said, Canelo fans say Benavidez hasn't earned the right to fight Canelo. So my question is, who should Benavidez fight next? Okay, that's the other one. There's some good names out there. There's some good names out there for Benavidez to fight too. And all of them on his side of the street. And all of these fights on his side of the street. So I want to address these one at a time, and then we're going to go into Chris Colbert and Rayo. Now, after 12 rounds of action, guys, David Benavidez has earned the right, in my opinion, to fight Canelo Alvarez. Why? David Benavidez has done something, has done the same thing that John Ryder has done, but more. You get what I'm saying? David Benavidez is a two-time WBC champion. Will the WBC mandate this fight? I have no idea. I really don't. And the crazy part about it is, from what I saw stylistically, well, I'll give my opinion on stylistically later, about how I see this fight matching up. If they were to ever fight each other, how I see this fight matching up. So I'll give my opinion on that. So why did David Benavidez, in my opinion, as I said before, I think he done enough, in my opinion. He is currently the WBC Interim Champion. And when you are the interim champion is the guy that's next to fighting line for the title. So when you become an interim champion, you had to fight your way to get there. That means you did earn that right. Literally, same thing that John Ryder has done. John Ryder's in this position because he fought his way to get to that position. And I don't see no one saying that John Ryder does not deserve a shot at Canelo. I haven't heard no person. Well, you know what I mean. I'm not a Canelo fan, anyways. I don't hear anyone on that side saying that. So I think it's a little different when it comes to, David. But we're going to address all of this, right? David Benavidez, he is currently the WBC Interim Champion. He's beaten Caleb Plant, who Canelo KO'd to become undisputed, and a WBC title eliminator to face Canelo next. And I think an interview I've heard that David Benavidez gave on the post-fight press conference, he said that he's been the mandatory for the past 2 fights. So that ain't got nothing to do with Canelo. That has a lot to do with the WBC. You guys know, Mauricio Suleiman changes the rules at the drop of a dime. So who knows? Now, and since Canelo is fighting his other mandatory, his WBO mandatory, John Ryder, on May the 6th, a British fighter from the UK, we all know that Canelo pretty much have no problem fighting his WBC mandatory. I don't think he'll have a problem fighting him. He's fighting his mandatory, so that's nothing wrong with that. Now, some Canelo fans say the Mexican monster, who they say is not Mexican, doesn't deserve a shot at Canelo. As a matter of fact, my brother D-Block from Dallas, Texas said that David Benavidez hasn't earned the right. He said it in the past when he called the show. He doesn't deserve a right to fight Canelo, and he hasn't earned the right to fight Canelo. That's what he said in the past, right? And it is what it is. Now, but he didn't say that when it comes to John Ryder. So I will say that. Now, some Canelo fans do feel this way, right? While others say David Benavidez has earned a title shot in order to face Canelo. So what I decided to do, guys, is to open up the phone lines early to see, just how you feel about this. Who can make a compelling argument to, hey, look, man, David Benavidez don't deserve a right to fight Canelo. He hasn't earned that right. You get what I'm saying? And John Ryder has earned that right. And then for the people, I let everybody call in and say, hey, look, man, even Canelo would beat David Benavidez easily. And I'm not gonna lie, like from a stylistic standpoint, Canelo can really beat David Benavidez from a stylistic standpoint with the way he rolls with his punches, the way he parries, the way he slips and counters. He's a counter puncher, and this could be a long life for David Benavidez. But the only issue is Canelo has stamina issues. He will fade in second half of the fight. But he's crafty enough to know how to slip, and roll with shots. He slip and roll with a lot of punches as well. He can be right in front of you. He learned a lot of that from Floyd Mayweather. In my opinion, I'm not saying that Floyd taught him that because he had to train and work on it. But a lot of that upper body movement, without doing a lot of back foot fighting in the ring and stuff like that, like getting on your bicycle like maybe a Caleb Plant boxing. Nah, he'll sit right in front of you, slip and counter. James Saitoni was good at that as well. I'm not saying that Canelo's James Saitoni. I never seen no dumb shit like that. But you get what I'm saying, though. Slipping and countering and stuff like that. So, stylistically, David Benavidez is very, very beatable, for Canelo. This is why I don't understand why some Canelo fans don't want, for some reason, they're adamant about Canelo not fighting David Benavidez. But they don't keep that same energy with John Ryder. I have no idea. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. Now, in other news, we do know that King Rayo lost a unanimous decision to Chris Colbert. I think that was the co-main event to the Plant Benavidez undercard. Now, fans are upset with Chris Colbert. You know what I mean? But in my opinion, they should not be upset with Chris. They should only be upset with the judges. You know what I mean? Throughout the history of boxing, guys, many fighters have become victims of bad decisions, bad judging. You get what I'm saying? And many have benefited from bad decisions by judges, right? As a matter of fact, Chris Colbert benefited from the decision the judges made, and El Rayo did not benefit from that. You get what I'm saying? Many people felt that he won the fight. When I first saw the fight, the only time I saw the fight, I thought he won. In my opinion, I thought he won. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was at a sports bar. Me and Sylvester Stallone, brother Frank Stallone, me and Steve Kim. Shout out to Steve Kim. Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Steve Kim. Shout out to Drew. Shout out to Doug. Shout out to everybody, man. Shout out to everybody, man. We had dinner with and stuff like that. I forgot the other brother's name that we sat down and ate dinner with. But yeah, man, shout out to those guys. So a lot of people, feel that you get what I'm saying? Like the judging was kind of off. So what I need to do, I need to watch this fight again because there's certain fights that I've seen, guys, that was close. And I actually initially thought that one person won. And then when I looked at it again, I was like, oh, now I see what the judges saw. A perfect example of that is the Tony Harrison fight. When I first saw that fight, when he fought Jamel Charlo the first time, I thought Jamel Charlo got robbed. I said, man, Jamel Charlo got robbed, man. He beat Tony. And when I went back and looked at it again, I had to look at it with the volume down. When I looked at it with the volume down, I'm like, oh, I kind of see what the judges saw because Tony Harrison won that first fight by unanimous decision. Now, even though in this fight, El Rayo did land the harder punches. That's facts. He did land the harder punches. But was those harder punches enough to carry the entire fight for 10 rounds? Just me watching it for the first time, I thought he won. I'm being honest with you. But what I told myself was this. I'm not gonna sit here and say that Rayo was robbed, which I kind of thought he was. I'm not gonna lie. I was in the sports bar and everybody was like it was a robbery, except for a couple of people. So what I decided to do was, like I always do, when there's a close fight and a controversial decision, I said, let me go back and listen to it again. No volume. I was in a sports bar, and let me listen. Let me watch the fight again, and maybe I'll come up with something differently. Now, if I watch it again and I come up with the same conclusion, then I'm gonna just say that was a bad decision. You get what I'm saying? Now, but in the post-fight press conference, when asked will he run it back with Rayo, you know what I mean, El Rayo, in a rematch, Chris Colbert said no. He said the reason why he would not give El Rayo a rematch, he said because the man is a sore loser and he couldn't take his L like a man. He couldn't take the loss. So the question I have for you guys is this: do you think that fight was a robbery, or do you think that it was a close fight and El Rayo should have KO'd Chris when he had the opportunity to do so? And I say all that to say this: we're going to hit Canelo, and then we're going to get into El Rayo. And so that's how I see it. How do you guys feel about it? How do you guys feel about that? You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. Now, before we start the show, we got to thank our Lord and Savior. You know what, Chris Colbert, you messed up because I saw your post-fight interview, and the first person you thanked was God. Chris Colbert said, first of all, I want to thank God and Al Haymon. So he said, I want to thank God and Al Haymon. But what he messed up at, he was supposed to say, I want to thank Al Haymon and then I want to thank God. So, Chris, you might lose your next fight because you did not thank Al Haymon.
Well, I guess I got to be like everybody else and thank Al Haymon. I can quit my job now, baby. 6 figures, baby. You feel me?
But a name. Do you have a name?
Oh, nah, I ain't got no name,
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
All right, let's get into the show. As a matter of fact, let me drop the phone line. So let's do this. Hey, let's get the lights up, man. We got over 200 people in here. We need 110 more likes. Hold on. Let's get the lights up. We need 110 more likes. Hey, y'all share this video too. Y'all share this video. Let everybody know. Share it on Twitter. Share it on Facebook. Just let everybody know that we on, man. It is what it is. We cracking like it. Let me address the people in the chat. See what the people got to say. Shout out to Jamie Rivera. What's going on? Shout out to Basil. Shad. Shout out to Shad. He said Colbert might get shelled for a year. Hey, you already know. Oh, guess what though? And for the ops, my dog, OG, double OG, triple OG, quadruple OG. Hey, Riley, this here for the ops. Talk to him.
Fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck the socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Yeah, man, it is what it is. Once again, the song. Let's see what the people are talking about. He said copy box is always almost wrong. Yeah. I see what you're saying, fam. Shout out to Mike, the mobile mechanic. He said, "What's your favorite part of Los Angeles?" Shit, I don't know. I don't really have a favorite part, to be honest with you. I don't. Shout out to Carlos. What's going on, fam? He said Colbert versus Valdez at 130. Yeah, because Chris said he going back down to 130. So he said contractually the PBC fighters might have to thank Al Haymon after their fights. Hey, hey, man, it is what it is. Shout out to Quentin. He said prime time need to run it back. Yeah. Some people do feel that way. Some people feel like that El Rayo, it was on him. He dropped the ball. And I'm kind of leaning more towards that. Even if I do feel or felt that he won the fight, I'm kind of leaning more towards, El Rayo should have stopped this guy. He's a 135 pounder. Chris Colbert moved up in weight. Chris Colbert is a super featherweight. He moved up in weight into your weight division and fought you, and you couldn't knock him out. You get what I'm saying? So, like Marvin Hagler say, these are my judges. You know what I mean? K and O. I ain't worried about it going to the scorecards. Marvin Hagler fought with an intensity that I'm looking to stop your ass. I ain't trying to let it get to the judges, dog, because they ain't no telling what gonna happen, dog. These sapsuckers, and my Marvin Hagler been a victim of robberies. So he like, yeah, man, I ain't trying to, man. I'm finna knock them mug out. Shout out to Derek Choice. Dropping that half for bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What to say, Derek? You say I hope David fights Boo Boo Andrade because Canelo never giving him that fight, in my opinion. I mean, you know, we'll see. No, hey, I'm glad you brought that up, Dale. We're gonna bring all of this up. Let's address these things right here. Let's address these things right here before we pivot to Chris Colbert. Shout out, what you say, Kenny? He say Ryo need about 3 cans in a row now. Yeah, Ryo coming off of back-to-back losses. He's on the same side of the street. He's a PBC fighter. Ryo is a PBC fighter. Chris Colbert is a PBC fighter. So both of them on the same side of the street. Both of them on with Al Haymon. You know what I mean? Both with Al Haymon. You get what I'm saying? We gotta take that into consideration. Both of them are with Al Haymon. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. He say David would kill Boo Boo. He gasses out. All right, let's get into this. So let's do this. Are you guys? This is the only issue I have with the. I want to just specifically the Canelo fans who say David Benavidez has not earned the right to fight Canelo, and I want to talk about, will the PBC allow David Benavidez to cross the street when, if you look at their track record, they don't let their star fighters cross the street. So all of this could be capped. You know, David Benavidez probably know, man, I'm not going to be able to get no fight with Canelo because my team ain't going to let me cross the street anyways. The PBC never let their top guys cross the street. They ain't, you get, whether it's Errol Spence, whether it's Jamal or Jamel Charlo, none of that. They don't let their top guys cross the street. So all of this could be for naught. Shout out to Mark Nash in the building. Shout out to Mark Nash. Shout out to my sister Lisa Bells, Curtis Robinson. What's going on? All of this could be for naught. Phone lines open, man. 530-494-9636. We do this for the people, by the people, of the people, man, because we come from the people, man. The old boys back. We back in the studio. You get what I'm saying? Even myself, for the people who say, well, we want to see this fight, you know what I mean? Because there are some Canelo fans that want this fight to happen because they feel like David Benavidez is food for Canelo. And there's a possibility he could be food for Canelo because David Benavidez defensively have a lot of flaws. And the style of and the way Canelo Alvarez boxes, as a matter of fact, the way he fights, David can leave himself open for all types of counters. Now, Benavidez, let me tell you the type of fighter he is. The reason why people will not get in a hurry to fight David Benavidez, his strength is his stamina. That motherfucker really don't get tired. He really don't get tired. You get what I'm saying? So the thing is, if you look at that fight with David Benavidez and Caleb Plant was looking like Floyd Mayweather, Sugar Ray Leonard. He was looking like the greatest boxer in the history of boxing, like I said he would in the first half of the fight. The only thing I was wrong about in this fight, Benavidez didn't knock him out. So some people are saying because Benavidez didn't knock him out, Canelo stopped him. That ought to let us know that he ain't ready for Canelo bullshit. That's the triangle theory again. You get what I'm saying? Like, styles make fights. Styles make fights. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is, but I'm not even getting into that. But my thing is this. Benavidez didn't really look all that good in the first half of the fight. He didn't look all that good in the first half of the fight. And he was missing a lot. He was missing. He was missing. So, and I didn't like that he was reaching with his backhand. He was reaching a lot in that first half. But as I said, man, around that eighth, 9th round, shit, man, motherfucker, man, Caleb Plant gonna get tired. He gonna wear down, and that's exactly what he did. He almost got stopped multiple times. I don't know how he hung in there. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, Casino Light Press from Atlanta, man.
Man, Casino Light Press, talk to me, fam, from the ATL.
Man, what's going on, man? I'm over here painting somebody's house, and I just wanted to call in.
Yes, sir.
And talk my shit a little bit. But so basically, I believe that David Benavidez, he deserved to fight Canelo now. You know what I'm saying? I said a long time ago, like one of my first times calling.
Yes, sir.
I was like, David Benavidez, he's gonna beat Caleb Plant. And then he gonna fight Canelo, and they're gonna fight for who's gonna be the real Mexican monster. You know what I'm saying?
You did say that. You said I remember that. I remember that call.
And I said Canelo gonna knock him out, and he gonna be the real Mexican monster. And both of these my guys. But like I didn't need to see this fight to feel like Canelo could knock out David Benavidez. Like people don't realize. Like I feel like a lot of people be sleep on Canelo. Like I just like when you be at the top, it's like people really criticize you, but I feel like Canelo. I feel like he's gonna take the fight. I don't feel like he's scared of that Benavidez. He don't like talking about him and shit. But like when I look at Canelo's face, like when he be talking, I don't be seeing no bullshit. Like he don't seem like no bullshit fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like one time he was saying that they don't even fight each other, but they done did that now. Like David Benavidez done fought who he needs to fight, and he's in position. So I don't feel like Canelo. I don't even feel like his pride to let him duck that hard. Like that'll be too much of a duck. And then they both Mexican, so it's like even Mexican fans ain't gonna like that shit. And what I want to say about the Chris Colbert versus Rayo fight, man, like in my book, man, that was a straight robbery. It was a kind of close fight, but see, what I think is, I think people giving too much value to the jab. Like the jab is not that. Like to me, in judging, if I was a judge, the jab ain't gonna be making no fight that close how they made it on the scorecard. Like if I've seen the comp box numbers, Chris Colbert, he landed way more jabs, but Rayo landed way more power shots, and it was kind of like an equal gap. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like he blew him out. He blew him out with the power punches, and Chris Colbert blew him out with the jab. So if you break it down, it was 5-5 if you just talking about that. So if you add the knockdown, that put Rayo up 1 point, and then if you value power punches more than jab, then he won even more rounds than that. You know what I'm saying? Like that jab did look good. That was an amazing jab that Colbert was throwing. Like he was doubling and tripling it. That was a nice jab, but that shit don't hurt, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit just don't hurt. And I feel like it's a hurt business. And Rayo did what he was supposed to do. He hurt the hell out of that boy, and he never got hurt. He was getting hit clean. You know what I'm saying? Like all the things they said about Rayo and Benavidez, that shit doesn't affect them. Like they talk about their defense, but sometimes your chin can be your defense, bro. Like sometimes your chin really, really is like solid. You know what I'm saying? So they don't be really worried about that shit. So I feel like it's just all about what type of style you like fighting, like what type of style you like. And you know, I mean, I feel like it was a robbery, but you know, people who like I feel like the whole fight was set up for a certain style. You know what I'm saying? Like Caleb Plant was the A side. He picked the size of the ring. That ring was big as hell. They had Kenny Baker.
That ring was big as hell.
That ring would look like a goddamn I don't even know, but that ring was big as hell. They had Kenny Bayless. You know, he did a lot of Floyd fights back in the day. Like and the judges obviously they liked that type of style. It's like it wasn't just that fight, the robbery. That wasn't the only one where you could see that. You know, like it was. I mean, even in the Cody Crowley fight, they gave it a tie. Like Cody Crowley won by a split decision, but Chris Colbert won by unanimous. That shit don't make no sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you know that's just what I feel about the fight. But it was great. That was a great weekend.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, bro. I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. Man, that PBC card was good, bro, from top to bottom. I'm very, very impressed.
I ain't sit down.
I'm very, very impressed, man. I got to give Al Haymon. First of all, I got to thank Al Haymon. Al Haymon, you put on a wonderful fight card. Showtime, you guys did a really, really good fight card. You know, so I got to give you guys your props. They did good, bro. I didn't get a chance to see the ESPN card because we was watching the pay-per-view fight with Benavidez at the sports bar. So I didn't see the ESPN card.
I ain't even see that shit. I ain't know nothing about that shit.
Yeah, but that PBC card was fire. That PBC card was fire, man. So I ain't got no complaints. Yeah, I gotta thank Al Haymon. You did good, sir. You ain't gonna get a peep out of me as it relate to that. Hey, Casino, thank you for calling, my brother, man. Shout out to the ATL, man.
All right, man.
ATL, stand up.
All right, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, Alan say, oh no, Uncle Al got the coach. He said, Uncle Al got the coach.
Come on, man. Come on, y'all.
Goddamn it, coach don't sold out. I knew the nigga was gonna sell out. The nigga went to LA, they bought him. Uncle Al paid him. They sent him the check. I knowed it. He was our last hope. They paid him off. The nigga called him for the PBC. Hey, caller, what's the name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's up, coach? This Coach Eddie Morris. I'm down here in Douglasville, Georgia, down in the ATL.
All right, Coach Eddie Morris.
Yes, sir. I got my own boxing gym down here.
Oh, man. Sir. Yes, sir. Coach Eddie Morris, man, got your own gym. Where you calling from, my brother?
I'm calling about the Benavidez Canelo fight.
No, I'm saying where you calling from? You from Georgia, right?
Yes, I'm from Georgia, Atlanta. Yes, Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. Oh, you from the ATL too? Okay, too. Back to back. ATL, stand up, man. Hey, Coach Eddie, talk to me, fam.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna tell you why Canelo's gonna get stopped by Benavidez. So Canelo is living on the highlights.
Mm-hmm.
He's out there drinking, playing golf, enjoying the fruits of his labor, gaining weight. And Benavidez had the type of style that's gonna aggravate Canelo at high volume, throwing a lot of punches. The same way Bivol beat him, throwing a lot of punches, putting him up against the rope. Because you know Canelo fighting first.
Right, he do.
He don't fight the whole 3 minutes. That pressure's gonna give it to Canelo. Gonna have a lot of problems with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You know, stylistically, there are some fans that do want to see that fight. I was talking to someone on the panel last night. They said they do want to see that fight. But I have people call here like D-Block and stuff like that. I think quite a few people just online even now saying this. I've sit back and look at a lot of different places in the chats and stuff like that. Even on Twitter and stuff like that. So my thing is, if he earned that right, then so be it. You know what I mean? Just like John Ryder earned the right. That's the thing. That's the thing. David Benavidez's strength is he's a high. He doesn't really get tired. As the fight go on, he gets stronger. As the fight go on, he gets stronger. So that's the thing. That's the thing with David Benavidez. And that's what happened in that fight, in my opinion. Caleb Plant looked like probably one of the greatest boxers in the history of boxing the first half of that fight. Just like I thought. But you in a 20-something foot ring, I think 22-foot ring, and you got that ring so it can give you an advantage to move around. But when you're doing all that moving, eventually you're going to get tired. You know what I mean? And he faded like an old pair of Levi's in the second half of the fight. Just like, yeah, I'm just saying he faded like an old pair of Levi's, bro, like some Jordache jeans, and that's what happened. Yeah, so yeah, man, for real though. Hey, Coach Eddie, my brother, thank you so much, man, for calling the show, fam. I really appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Salute, man. Shout out to Coach Eddie, man, from ATL, man. Shout out to 703 Finals. He say through Al Haymon, all things are possible, Coach. Hey, 703 Finals. He said through Al Haymon. You see, my brother, through the almighty Al Haymon, all things are possible, my brother. See, if you just praise almighty Al Haymon, you know what I mean? Through doors will open up for you, my brother. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hold on, caller. Hold on. I gotta put you on the soundboard so everybody can hear you. Hold on. I got another call calling in. I gotta wait till that call fall off. All right, this brother ain't fell off yet. Hold on. As soon as the other call fall off, okay. Now I can put you on. All right, caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, what's good? It's Shadow Ghost, Coach. How you doing, man?
Shadow Ghost, talk to me.
All right, hey, check it out, just real quick. With the Benavidez and Canelo, I think Benavidez has earned a right, but I think you're right as far as about like with PBC letting him fight or whatever. I think the only way that's going to happen is if they do like another thing with Caleb Plant, is offer him a whole bunch of money to come over there. But with the Colbert fight, man, look, I'm going to be honest, Colbert's my guy, so I admit I'm a little bit of bias as far as like, I'm not in like denial though. I don't make excuses for fighters. His last fight, the shit was embarrassing. You know what I mean? Yeah. But if there's a swing, but if there's a swing round, I'm gonna give it to my guy. I feel like everybody's got certain fighters that I'm not saying that you're fanboys, but certain fighters that you gravitate to. And so I've always followed him. I watched the fight 3 times. When I first watched the fight, when it was going to the decision, in my mind, I'm like, they're going to give this to O'Reilly. When they gave it to Chris, I waited after the night was over and I watched it again. And this is the one thing that I found. The swing rounds were 5, 6, 7, 9, and possibly 10. If you look at the 10th round, even though Colbert was hurt at the last round, he also was hurt. He was hurt in the 8th, and he was obviously hurt in the 1st. But if you look at rounds like 5, 6, and 7, he had El Rayo bleeding out of his mouth and nose, and he was having trouble. He was swallowing his own blood. If you go back to round 7, and Chris Colbert was backing him up. He was outpointing him. And of course, if it was a swing round, I gave it to him. So if a person thinks that Rayo won, I don't got a problem with that. If it was a draw, I wouldn't even have had a problem with that. I just feel like a robbery. A robbery to me would be like one guy won the fight 7-3, and they gave it to the other guy. I feel like my whole thing is this. I don't know how the hell Colbert made it out of that first round. And then he had him hurt numerous times, and he couldn't put him away. And Colbert a 130-pounder. So I saw your show yesterday, and I agree with one thing. If you can prevent the fight from going to the hands of the judges, then you should do that. You know what I mean? But I feel like both fighters kind of exposed each other yesterday. I feel like Rayo can't fight off his back foot. Colbert can't fight in the inside. He needs to stay on the outside and stay off the ropes, and he hyperextends after every other combination. And I feel like 135 is not for him. He needs to stay at 130. So
yeah.
I do recommend that they watch the fight over again. That's all I'm saying, you know what I mean? Because one thing, and I'm going to say this, and I'm going to go like, because you took it, you actually mentioned it before I called. There are fights that I've seen where all of a sudden I'm like when I first watched it, I'm like, yo, that shit was dominant. Like the Charlo, like the Charlo and Harrison. I'm like, man, they robbed Charlo. Yeah. And I go back and I watch it, and I saw the stuff that Tony was doing, bro. And so all I'm saying is just go back and watch it if you can, and just try to watch it with like the volume low or whatever, because sometimes there is biasness, but it's always going to be biasness. But I feel like the fight is a lot closer than what people are making it seem. So.
All right, shout out to Shadow Ghost, man. Thank you so much, brother, for calling the show. Yay.
All right, man. I appreciate it, Coach.
Yes, sir. Right. And you know what? So check this out. You know what? So that means, so what he's saying is, shout out to my sister Lisa Bell's in the building. That means that they gave all of the swing rounds to Chris. The judges gave all of the swing rounds to Chris. And again, I'm not gonna lie, me watching that fight, I'm like, man, Rayo hurt this dude quite a few times throughout this fight. And he could have, and like I seen like at least 3 times he had him hurt, and had him on the ropes, and he couldn't stop him. 130-pounder. So Rayo clearly landed the hardest shots, but again, I gotta go. Let me go back and watch that fight again. I have to watch it again so I can, you know what I mean? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hello. This is Darren from Florida.
All right, Darren from Florida. Talk to me.
Yeah, I want to get my thoughts on, we'll talk about the Canelo and David.
Yes, sir.
I feel like when people talking about, these Canelo fans talking about David ain't ready, I disagree, because my opinion, I don't think Canelo looked good against Triple G, in my opinion. The last fight against Triple G, I don't think he looked good, and he lost the Bizzle. So I feel like David, stylistically, I think he's tailor-made for Canelo, because David going to put some hands with pressure. And I feel like, I know Canelo's slick, he's a good kind of pressure, but I think David gonna put a beating on Canelo. I think that his style is wrong for Canelo, because David's hands are very fast, and his defense is very underrated. People don't talk about his defense, because Plant didn't do nothing to David. David was blocking all his punches, and he was moving. So they don't even talk about David's defense. So I just feel like they just scared. These Canelo fans are scared, because I feel like David's gonna put them hands on Canelo. And they're just trying to avoid it, because I feel like Canelo looked good in his last couple fights. Now, I understand if he would have had a knockout, or he dominated people, or he knocked out Triple G, then we can make an argument. But he didn't even look good in his last 2 fights. So what makes you think David is not ready? They didn't even stop that cast. I think David is ready right now. So I just, my opinion. And then Chris Colbert, I feel like it was a slight robbery. I give it a slight robbery. I don't think it was like a big robbery, how people made it seem like. Because I think Rayo, he hurt Chris Colbert a couple rounds. He hurt him, and then he dropped in the first round. So it was like a little slight robbery to me, but not no major robbery, how people were exaggerating.
All
so
right.
That's my take on it, Coach.
All right, shout out to Derek, man. Shout out to Derek from Florida, man. Salute, fam. Hold on, guys. The phone lines is hot. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what up, Coach? Yama's from Brooklyn, man.
Yama's from Brooklyn, man. BK, stand up, man. Talk to me, fam.
What's up, man? Yo, first of all, yo, I gotta give you a props, brother, because the days where you're not around and you're not on,
yes, sir.
I be like, damn, man, Coach ain't on. That's why he's traveling. Then today I'm having a little rough day. I see my little reminder. All right, Coach back on, man. So I'll be looking forward to your shit, Coach. Thank you, man.
Yeah, I appreciate you, fam. Yeah, salute, fam. Yeah, man. I'm glad I'm back, bro. I'm tired. I don't want to get on no more planes right now. I need a break from them planes right now.
Yo, I'm gonna get. I know a lot of people calling. I'm gonna get right to the point. Yo, the Coburn fight. You know, he's a Brooklyn guy.
Yeah, yeah.
They used to call him Little B Hop. They used to call him back in the day. And I'm a fan of Coburn. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But this time, yo, he got dropped 30 seconds in. Oh shit, it's gonna be a night tonight. But I just don't think. And I'm gonna give I think it was 2 calls ago. The guy, he made a good point, and I'm gonna go back and rewatch it, man, because he made some good points. He basically was saying, if you really watch the fight, he feel like Coburn got enough rounds to come back. So I'm gonna give him the respect to go watch it again. But yo, I'm not gonna say it was a robbery, but I see this too much in the sport where guys that's getting a push from the networks and the promoters, they get the nod and people just glaze over it, man. I didn't think he did enough to win this fight, Coach.
Okay.
That's my opinion, man. And yo, Kenny Bayless, man, the commission got to say something about him doing PBC fights. Because I'm noticing, if you're a consistent ref, I respect it. But he seems like he changes his style according to what it needs to be. And I don't really agree with that, Coach.
Hey,
I'm off your line, baby. Yo, good looking, man.
All right, shout out to BK. BK, I'll be coming. I'll let you know when I'm coming to New York, man. I'll be in New York soon, man. So y'all better look out, man.
Oh, that's definitely.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, we gonna link, nigga. Don't even worry about that. Come through.
I'm coming straight to Brooklyn, to Harlem. Salute, fam. Shout out to Yamas, man. Yeah. I talked to some of my brothers in the nation. So you know what I mean. Even though I'm not active in the nation anymore, I still got a lot of brothers, man, that that got a lot of love for me, man. So, the FOI gonna be on point. But I gotta come to this. I've never been to New York City, so I'm anxious to go. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
G Funky Boxing, calling from Sacramento, California.
Man, G Funky, what's going on, fam? Talk to me, my brother. Hey, y'all subscribe to my brother G Funky, man. G Funky Boxing, man, from Sacktown. Talk to me.
That's right. I appreciate that, Coach. Oh man, where do I begin with this stuff, man? Like these guys will continue to move the goalposts and put up roadblocks. And look, it's not a majority of the Canelo fans. There's a minority of them out there that are doing this, man, and it's sickening. Like first they use, he missed weight. He's got to work his way back up. Well, he's done that. All right, he's made weight his last 4 fights. No problem. Then these guys get upset because, why is he fighting Lemieux as an eliminator? This is bullshit, So he gets rid of Lemieux. They ask him to fight Caleb Plant. He fights Caleb Plant, annihilates Caleb Plant, and then the fight's over, and now it's, he needs to fight Morrell. He needs to fight Charlo. Like, what on earth is going on here, Coach? Like, these guys don't want to see a fight or what? Like, what? Why so many excuses, man? There's more excuses like, you didn't knock him out like Canelo did, so he doesn't deserve to fight. Like, you really need to see him knock him out to say, look, I want to see him fight Canelo next. Like, stop with the bullshit, man. This is insane, man. I just don't understand it, man.
Yeah, So there's two different Canelo fans that have different opinions on this. You have the ones who do want to see this fight because they feel like David Benavidez is a hype job. He's not a Mexican monster. He makes too many defensive flaws. And stylistically, the way Canelo boxes, because Canelo is a mid-range to he's in the pocket type fighter. He rolls with a lot of shots. He parries shots. He slips and counters. He's a hell of a counter puncher. He's a vicious body puncher. And he throws his punches from many different angles inside the pocket. So some feel that David Benavidez style is tailor-made for Canelo, and Canelo will eat him up. My only thing is, okay, let's see Canelo eat him up. Because, because Canelo very well may beat David Benavidez. David Benavidez style very well may be tailor-made for Canelo. They very well may be right. My only issue is, okay, for those who say they don't want to see the fight, how can you say you don't want to see a Canelo Caleb Plant fight, but you don't have a problem with Canelo fighting John Ryder? And if you're saying that, John Ryder is his mandatory, okay, well, David Benavidez is his mandatory. You get what I'm saying?
He's been his mandatory.
Been his mandatory for the past 2. So that's my only thing. I don't have a dog in the race. I don't know who's going to win. It's a 50-50 fight, in my opinion. David Benavidez does have defensive flaws that I feel that Canelo can fully take advantage of. But I think that Canelo has some flaws Benavidez may be able to take advantage of, especially if Canelo fades late in fights like he does. Because if he's tired, you'll see a repeat of what we saw with Dimitri Bivol. But and we know how Canelo got tired, and then he literally he saw punches coming, he couldn't get out of the way, but he was slipping a lot of those shots. But then I saw Canelo back up to the ropes, something I never seen Canelo do in the fight. In the Dimitri Bivol fight, he backed up to the ropes and he was breathing hard, and he was telling Bivol to come to me. And Bivol will come and let off a couple of combinations, and then Bivol will come back to the center of the ring because he know Canelo's trying to slip and counter him while getting rest. He like, no, come back to the center of the ring. You got to come fight me here. You get what I'm saying? So I'm not saying that David Benavidez is Dimitri Bivol. He's not. But the one strength that Benavidez does have, in my opinion, his stamina. He don't get tired. So you can outbox him in the first half of the fight, but as the fight go on, his volume punching and his constant pressure wears the other guy out. And that's how he beats you. So I just want to see that fight. Shout out.
I agree with everything you said, Coach. Right on the money with everything with Canelo and the style matchup. And like, I don't even want to get to that point yet because again, we got fans out there that they just don't want to see the fight, man, and it's unbelievable. It's the best fight that could be made at 160 pounds for Canelo, at 68 pounds for Canelo. There's already a built-in rivalry between the Mexican and Mexican-American fans. Benavidez is a guy that's going to be right there. He's not going to be defensive, moving around the ring. Like these Canelo fans hate that style. They hate it, but yet a lot of them were cheering for Plant Saturday night. I mean, there was a movement on Twitter, Coach, called Mexicans for Plant.
Yeah, Mexicans.
These guys are hoping to God that Plant would win. They're lighting Virgin Mary candles, saying rosaries, hoping that this guy wins, bro. It's crazy.
He said Mexicans for Plant. He said Mexicans for Plant.
Unbelievable.
Hey, shout out to G Funky, man. Salute, fam. Hey, thank you for calling the show. Shout out to G Funky, man.
Appreciate the time, Coach. Thank you.
Y'all please go subscribe to my brother, man, G Funky, man. G Funky Boxing. He been putting in work for a long time. Yeah, man. So that's why I want to see this fight. You know what I mean? Again, Canelo can beat this guy, beat David Benavidez. But we need to see the fight. If you don't have a problem with Canelo, how can you have a problem with Canelo fighting John Ryder, his mandatory, but how can you not have a problem with that? Well, he fighting his mandatory, but then have a problem with him fighting another mandatory, WBC mandatory. But now we're going to pivot to the politics. We're going to pivot to that. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Coach? This is Big John from Texas.
Big John from Texas. Talk to me, fam.
Yo, what's up? I just want to say after Saturday night's fight, not only did Benavidez earn his shot at Canelo, he also earned the name Mexican Monster because he got all these Mexican fanboys fucking shaking in their boots, not wanting to fucking fight Canelo. You know what I'm saying? And people forget, especially those Canelo fanboys, the cheerleaders, pom-poms and everything, they forget that before Canelo even made his campaign at 168, he was saying, I'm saying at 160. Until David Benavidez lost his belt for the second time. Then he shot up and went on a campaign, quickly got all the belts as he could. They forget about that shit, you know? And because he knew that style was all wrong for him. Benavidez too tall, too long, keep him at the outside, and he's got too much energy. He's got too much stamina, you know? Them hands are just too fast for him. You already saw what Bivol can do, and Bivol ain't no killer, you know? Bivol just a straight boxer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He ain't got that killer instinct. But Benavidez does.
You know, the thing is, Big John, like when Benavidez was in Benavidez, when he was the WBC champ, he had an opportunity to unify those belts. He could have fought Caleb Plant, unified the belt, but his team did not want to make that fight. And Caleb Plant's team did not want to make that fight. Now Benavidez and Caleb Plant are with Al Haymon. So I do get that argument, but I don't think that Benavidez did himself any justice. You was on the same side of the street with Caleb Plant. You at least could have fought him when both of you guys were champions and took that belt from him. He didn't do that.
Yeah,
and Caleb Plant
he went on
did do
record
that.
saying that he
You
was
get what
trying
I'm
to get the fight.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was on record saying he was trying to get the fight. Plant saying that Plant didn't want to fight him. Whatever the reason was, because maybe it could have been because of Al Haymon. You know, we don't know, because Al Haymon has that kind of like reputation for not putting up the big fight. But now, because the whole Showtime merging with Paramount, now they have to make those fucking fights.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to make. And as a matter of fact, hey, Big John, thank you for calling, my brother. Salute to you, fam. Texas, stand up, man.
Yes, sir.
Texas, stand up. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, we did it first.
Hey, Steve Kim, what's going on, man? Yeah, we did it first. We did it first, and we motivate even the greats.
Even the greats. So, just on my way to the office, listening to your fine program as I always do. The subject of the day, Coach, if Canelo Alvarez is going to be a super middleweight, and that's where he is the undisputed world champion, and that's where his next fight is going to take place, I don't see how anyone can say within good conscience, putting aside all the boxing politics, network alliances, promotional rivalries, it's got to be David Benavidez, because he brings a certain style. And look, I agree with people that say that Canelo will slice and dice. Benavidez will come right at him, leave a lot of counterpunching opportunities. But keep this in mind, Coach. While Canelo is only 32 or 33, he's also had 64 fights.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't call him a young 32, but I think it's a great matchup because, look, Canelo does not move his feet and legs, but he's also very good at flipping, but countering at the same time and punching in between guys. And he punches a lot harder than Caleb Plant. So let's see the fight. Bottom line, I think that's the fight to make at 68 if he doesn't go for B-ball and then Better Biev and all these other fantasy matchups.
No, hey, Steve, you're right about that. And the reason why I want to see the fight is because, again, for all of the defensive flaws that a lot of people say that David Benavidez may have, Canelo, he has very, very good lateral movement. He's a mid-range to close-range fighter. He's very good at slipping, parrying, shots, rolling, and countering off of all of that. And he creates different angles for yourself. And by Canelo being the smaller fighter between the two, Canelo may be very, very harder to hit than Benavidez other opponents because of his small stature could enable him the ability to be able to slip and counter, ripping body shots all night long. The only thing that gets in my head, Steve, is as the fight materializes, and if Canelo cannot hurt or break down Benavidez, because when you're throwing those hard shots, it takes a lot of energy out of you. You get what I'm saying? And
well, Coach, the one thing about Canelo, is he a devastating puncher? I wouldn't say that, but I think at 68, he's well above average, and he's certainly got a lot more power than Caleb Plant, and he's much more comfortable inside the mid-range and the pocket. But again, for everyone that says all this stuff about Benavidez's flaws, we know what the flaws are. He's a little upright. He gets squared up. Crosses up the feet. But you know what he does well, though?
What's that?
He puts immense pressure on you, both physically and mentally, and he throws punches everywhere with both hands. So, I mean, we all get into this. I've done it too. We always talk about what a guy can't do or is not great at, and we overlook what they are good at. And look, Benavidez is the classic momentum snowball fighter that when he gets downhill and he gathers momentum, it becomes an avalanche, as I wrote today. But I think there's no doubt that at 68, down the line, Benavidez, I think, should be in line, probably at the front of it. Coach, one last thing. I know you got other callers. The Colbert fight with Rayo Valenzuela was really funny. We were literally sitting right next together at Tom's Watch Bar. And when they announced Colbert the winner, the bar exploded, right?
All of us did.
Yeah, we're like, what? So anyway, so here's the funny part. For all those people who believe that it was a close fight, I don't necessarily disagree. I don't think it's the worst robbery I've ever seen. But, Coach, if you say, well, both fighters won 5 rounds, which they may have, here's the problem with that knockdown. Rayo should have got his hands raised in victory.
Yeah.
I don't.
It seemed like they gave Chris all of the swing rounds. So Chris won by 1 point, right? Was it 1 or 2 point? 1 point? I think it was 1 point.
1 or 2 points. But I thought Colbert may have won 4, maybe 5. I don't think he won 6, Coach.
Nah, I don't see him winning 6.
That's just my view of it.
Yeah, I didn't see him winning 6. Hey, Steve, people are asking me in the chat. You said something on Twitter that you had an announcement. What is the announcement?
The announcement will be a fight. No, and it's not Spence Crawford, but I will say this, Coach. That fight's getting close. That fight, I'm just telling you, I actually have more confidence in Spence Crawford happening this summer than at any time before. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Right.
But there is another fight that will be announced that I would call a major fight that most of your fans will be very interested in. I've been sworn to secrecy, but there will be a press conference later this week that I'll be at because I want to get a free lunch.
All right. I mean, Steve, thank you, brother. Thank you for calling the show, man. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. I'm going to keep listening, brother. You stay well. I'm going to keep listening, brother. Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. Salute to Steve Kim. Let's give a round of applause. Yeah, man. We're gonna find out what's Steve always get the inside information. You get what I'm saying? So Steve know his shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, man, that's why, I'm not getting excited about Crawford Spence, man. Steve might be very well right, and he has told me that. He has been telling me that. I haven't been reporting to you guys because I'm burnt out from both of them dudes, man. Like, man, I need to see a press conference. I need to see something, an executive order that came from Congress. You know what I mean? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? This is BJ out of Dallas area.
Man, DJ out of Dallas, man. Dallas, Texas. Talk to me, fam.
My bad, Coach. I didn't mean to keep calling like that, but it don't let me stay on the line, so I got to keep dialing back.
No. Go ahead. Get called. Go ahead. You good?
I just wanted to say something quick. I don't want to be too negative, you know what I'm saying, Coach? Mm-hmm. But I was talking to my partner last night, and I was telling him Canelo ain't gonna fight Benavidez, man. He gonna do this with John Ryder, probably get that rematch with Bivol, and probably maybe retire depending on how that fight goes. They ain't gonna make that fight. I don't want to be negative, Coach, because we need it, right. But I really don't see them making that happen. It was already, to me, a miracle how that, Ryan Garcia and Tank got made. But I don't really see Canelo fighting Benavidez. If he do, it'll be a miracle. But, with the whole, the business in this, man, I don't know, Coach. But I get out the line, but I don't really see, Canelo riding it out, taking the L like that on, at the end of his career. But we'll see, though. It's a 50-50 fight, but like I said, the way David can load up on his punches and throw the combos, he might be a little sloppy on his footwork and movement, but he got the length and the, what he needs to kind of, dodge them punches and get out the way, So, but like I said, Coach, we'll see. But I really don't see that fight happen to Canelo, man.
Hey, DJ, but this the thing, right? I wanted to ask you this before you go. We talking about hype. The reason I want to see this fight is because for all of the defensive flaws that David Benavidez have, that I feel that Canelo can literally exploit. You know what I mean? Because he's a smaller fighter, but he can slip and counter. He parries very good. You know what I mean? And he's always in position to land his shots. My thing is, if Canelo cannot hurt David Benavidez, now it's two things that David Benavidez has in his favor. I don't know if he hasn't got hit by Canelo yet. So I don't know how well he can take that punch. But David Benavidez gets stronger as the fight goes on.
As the fight goes on, right.
So Benavidez, in the second half of fights, he literally wears you down because he constantly comes forward. Now, does he cut? Is he really good at cutting the ring off? No, he isn't. Can he fight off the back foot? No, he can't fight off the back foot.
No, he can't fight off the back foot.
We saw some of that in the spots when Caleb Plant was catching him with some combinations and made him back up. But then he'll always come right back. And he just keep like, damn, I got to keep this. If you don't have no power to keep him off of you, it's like, damn, this motherfucker keep coming. He keep coming, pause. He keep coming forward. I can't stop this motherfucker, man. God damn. So now the 6th round, the 7th round, the 8th round, damn, I don't hit this motherfucker with my best shot.
Right. In the 9th round, Canelo going to start to fade out.
Then the 9th round, the 10th round, he's still there. You get what I'm saying? And so that's how. So Benavidez wins fights by having just overwhelming pressure, you know what I mean? And eventually the other fighter gets tired. I think Canelo can slip a lot of those shots in the pocket. This is what I think Canelo learned from Floyd, how to work the lateral movement, the upper body movement. Like, it's a lot of stuff that he does in that pocket. Him, Chocolatito, a lot of guys. just some of those great fighters. It's like, damn, this motherfucker here, he really good at slipping. But Steve Kim did make a valid point. Canelo has had more fights than any fighter in boxing that I can think of, like top fighters. He's had 60-something fights, 64 fights. So even though Canelo is 32, he'll be 33 years old, but he's had more fights than the average 32, 33-year-old. Like literally, it's not even close. So, he's had a whole lot of fights, bro. And, his knees is not the best as it used to be, but his ring IQ is so high. That's why I really want to see this fight. And Benavidez is really good at blocking body shots with his elbows, but he's subject to get hit with straight punches right up the middle, like the uppercuts. You get what I'm saying? So I really want to see that fight, man. But DJ, thank you so much, my brother, for calling the show, man. I really appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Dallas, Texas, stand up. Texas, stand up, man. Hey, man, shout out to Elijah Feliciano. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2 super chat on your boy. He said, Suleiman getting ready to create the 168 franchise belt. Hey, you know what I mean? Hey, shout out to Marlon. Shout out to Mr. Warren. But you guys get what I'm saying, though? This is why that, people want to see this fight. And my thing is this. If you're excited to see Canelo fight John Ryder, how can you be excited to see Canelo fight John Ryder, but then say that's a huge fight, but Canelo and Benavidez will be even a bigger fight than Canelo John Ryder? Now, let's pivot a little bit. Let's talk about David Benavidez being with the PBC. The PBC, now, Canelo is the A side. Do you remember what the pro PBC guys say? Crawford got to do what we tell him to do. The PBC, the place to be. When they come over here, you got to shut up, be quiet, take whatever we give you. If you want to make that fight, you got to come to the PBC. And the PBC do not let their star fighters fight on other platforms. Tank Davis, they don't let them do that. Errol Spence, they don't let them do that. Jamel and Jamal Charlo, they don't let them do that. So what makes us think that the PBC will allow Benavidez to fight on his own? Because Canelo is the A side. There's no mistake about that. Saul Canelo Alvarez is the A side. And if David Benavidez want to fight Canelo, he going to have to shut up, be quiet, take whatever they give him. That's what he's going to have to do in order to make that fight happen. And he's going to have to fight because Canelo ain't going to fight on Showtime in the PBC. He's not going to fight over there. And Canelo has all of the belts. So literally, it's not a situation like when Caleb Plant had the belt, Canelo had to acquiesce to what they were saying and had to come over there and leave the zone. Now that Canelo have all of the belts, guess what? Benavidez is going to have to leave, across the street. Will Al Haymon allow him to cross the street? They don't have a history of letting their star fighters cross the street. Benavidez is one of their star fighters now that he beat Caleb Plant. Tank Davis, what's my main man name? Errol Spence, Jamal and Jamel Charlo. They don't let their star fighters come over there. Hell, even Ryan Garcia had to come over to the PBC. This is an all PBC card for the most part. They control everything as it relates to this fight. So you get what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, like, you guys who support David Benavidez, you have to take that into consideration. Whether he deserved to have the fight or not, will Al Haymon let him go across the street? Because he gonna have to do what the hell Canelo tell him to do. And listen, if Ryan Garcia has to do what Tank tell him to do, Tank the A side, he got to bow down to Tank. Guess what? Canelo the A side, and Benavidez gonna have to bow down to Canelo, and that's just the reality of the situation. That's what's going to happen. They say A side, right? Oh, that's what it is. He said Wilder crossed the street. No, Wilder did not cross the street. That was a joint promotion on Cool Boy. Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Oh, it's easy, man. Straight out of Dallas.
Easy from Dallas. Talk to me.
No, that's what I was thinking is going to stop the fight. Is, Canelo's going to be like, get Eddie to send the offer, and they ain't going to let him cross over.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
So they give him a low ball offer. Not a low ball, maybe like $3-4 million. They ain't gonna want to take it. That's probably what's gonna stop the fight, I'm thinking.
Well, you know what? If that happens, then David Benavidez can't be crying no more about I want Canelo, I want Canelo. No. It doesn't work that way. When you're with the PBC and they have their star fighters, when other fighters want to fight the PBC fighters, they have to bow down. They have to take whatever contract they offer them. They have to leave their networks and situation to make that fight happen. Because according to the PBC, Tank is the A side. The Charlos and all that stuff are the A sides, right? Well, in this situation, Canelo is the A side, and you're gonna have to bow down. What's good for the gander is good for the goose. You're gonna have to bow down, go over to the zone and do whatever the hell Canelo tell you to do. If he say, look, you're gonna take $2 million, take them $2 million and go fight him. So that's the way I see it. If that's the case, you know.
Yeah, me too, because that's what all the time you hear from the PBC is they gotta take the offer and gotta do what they tell us to do. And they don't sell no pay-per-views, this and that.
Yes, sir.
So we're gonna have to see if David's willing to budge. You know, is he gonna take the low offer and then try to make something back on the rematch like Andy did with Joshua?
Well, Joshua, yeah. You're right.
Yeah.
And that's what it is, man. Hey, shout out. What's your name, is brother? Easy.
Yeah, Easy from Dallas. Appreciate it, man.
Shout out to Easy from Dallas, man. Salute, fam. Shout out to Mike Jones. Hold on. I got you, Mike. I got you. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What up, Coach? It's Big Germ again from Texas.
Big Germ, hold on, Big Germ. Let me get the super chat out the way. Shout out to Mike Jones. Dropping that $2 super chat. He said nobody want to see that fight on the Zone Production. Hey, Mike Jones, see, this is the issue. If you don't want to see the fight on the Zone Productions, are you suggesting that Canelo Alvarez, who is the A side, he has to bow down and do whatever the PBC tell him to do in order to make this fight? No, I mean, Mike, you gotta be realistic. If you are pro PBC and you feel that A side fighters with the PBC should have other guys leave their situation, Canelo is the A side. They're going to have to leave that situation and do whatever the hell Canelo tell him to do. If he want that fight, if he don't do that, then guess what? He either ducking or he can't cry about that. He never wanted to fight. Do whatever it takes to make that fight, because that's what other fighters have to do in order to make fights with PBC. That's all I'm saying, fam. Hey, Big John, talk to me, my brother.
Well, Coach, I just wanted to say, hey, I'm pro boxing. I'm not no pro promotion or nothing like that. You know what I'm saying? I just want to see the fight happen.
Yes, sir.
But I just want to, throw out there that didn't they just try to send Stephen Fulton out there to Japan to fight anyway? Didn't they just send Tony Harrison out there to Australia to go fight Tim Tszyu?
Yeah, they did.
You know what I mean? And those guys are the A side. You know what I mean? Those guys are A side. They sending them out there. So I think that we're looking out for the best interest of the fighters at this point right now. Especially like I said before, the whole Paramount, merger, they got to make these fights happen. So yeah, they're going to make that try and work out because, it's a huge, opportunity to bring back all the belts to PBC all in one go.
Yeah.
So I don't see why not, because if you go back in time, didn't they just send Martin over to the UK and hand over the belt to Joshua?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I'm seeing them starting to cross the street more often now.
Okay. You make a valid point. I don't know if those other guys are. You know what? You make a valid point. I don't know if those other guys are stars like that. Like Tony Harrison really wasn't no star like that, so they didn't mind that. Cool Boy Stealth really pushed for this fight. He really pushed for this fight, so I was shocked that they did that. But I don't know, fam. We'll see. My thing is they're gonna have to. Because if you're going to A-side...
when in all reality, David Benavidez isn't, I love the guy and everything. I root for the guy, but he's not a pay-per-view star yet. He just had one pay-per-view so far. So he's not a star yet. You can't say he's A-side, or they can't argue that he's A-side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They know Canelo is the fucking A-side, hands down, because he's already, arguably the face of boxing.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? So, of course, they're going to have to bend Canelo as well.
Right. Yes, sir. Hey, Big John. Thank you, my brother, for calling back, man. Salute, fam. You make a valid point. Hey, you make a valid point. Hey, he make a valid point, man. Hey, man, shout out to my brother, Free Ray Ricky Ross, man. It is what it is. Let's make it do what it do.
What's my name?
My name is nobody, and I don't live nowhere, and I don't know nothing. I don't know because I know that you gon' tell God on Jesus, kiss a Judas, silver pieces, monkeys acting in the monkey show. Gangsta monster killer, silverback. Where is your rap sheet? And the truth never explains. Moving fast, thinking slow. Dummy clown, silly Billy, need a hug. Thugs on drugs, monkeys acting in the monkey show.
Yeah, Tony Harrison wasn't an A side. You're right about that. Flex BS. Tony Harrison wasn't an A side. Not against Tim Zoo. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? Is the inevitable. D Block, D Town, D City, D-Ville, Baltimore.
Shout out to D Block. Salute, fam.
All right, man. I just gotta say this, and I'm gonna keep it real. That fight went way whole different than what I thought it was gonna come out to. But I also saw that David Benavidez got exposed.
Mm-hmm.
You see that, Coach?
Yes, sir.
He just comes forward. He leans in too much on his punches, even his right hand. And I see it every day where Canelo's he's gonna execute a great game plan against him. And he's gonna knock him out, man. That guy ain't ready. He ain't ready for no Canelo, man. Just sloppy footwork, sloppy jabs. I mean, the way he moved in the ring, he couldn't even pin down Benavidez. Caleb Plant, Coach. I don't know why these people are still trying to think that and like I understand what you're saying, Coach. You're saying let's just make the fight happen.
Yeah.
And I'm with you now. I'm with you now because you know what? This makes me feel happy to know I was right to a certain point where this guy is a hype job. He's not a monster. You're a monster. You knock everybody out. Am I right or am I wrong?
Hey, man, monsters don't always knock everybody out. You know what I mean? You know,
but he's a monster, Coach.
Yeah, but
he's a monster. People out here scared of him.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, fam, like in the history of boxing, you know, there's never been a guy that knocked everybody out he stepped in the ring with, and there's been some hell of a fighters that were really good and some would even say monsters. You know what I mean? So I mean, you know, that because he didn't knock him out, it don't mean he's not a monster. You know what I mean? That just, you know, I like to call him Mexican Monster because Mike Tyson called him Mexican Monster, man. And the name is stuck with me. The Mexican Monster. You know what I mean? The Mexican Monster.
Coach,
D-Block, you don't like that.
Get the knife in the kitchen. Get the sharpest knife in the kitchen, Coach. Get the sharpest knife in the kitchen and cut the bullshit. All right? I'm saying. So you saw what he said after that, Ray. He said, and I want to thank my Ecuadorian fans. So that just tells you homie ain't 100% Mexican, okay? So that's the legitimacy that I see. I can't wait when you're purebred Mexican, you're going to go against a Mexican Ecuadorian. That tells me that you ain't got the 100% in you as a dog. You know what I mean? To be in that ring.
Hey, D-Block,
right, no matter
D-Block,
what.
let me ask you a question. Who is the biggest Mexican fighter in boxing right now? David Benavidez or Canelo?
Who sold out the stadium?
You know, I'll tell you what, Canelo and Benavidez need to fight for who? We going to fight for the Mexican title. And whoever win this fight between Benavidez and Canelo gets the right, is clean, we're going to put the Mexican Monster title up on the line as well. They get the right to truly represent the Mexican fan base.
Okay, let me tell you something right now, folks. You get me mad. So look at this. Who did a better job, Benavidez or Canelo? Against Plant.
Canelo
Give it to me, Coach.
Canelo broke him down, but Benavidez beat him up though. Benavidez beat Caleb Plant up, man. He beat him up, bro.
Did Plant expose Benavidez? Yes or no?
No, not really. I mean, Benavidez is who he is. Like he's
really?
like no. Hear me out. Benavidez is pretty much a basic fighter. He's never had footwork. You know, he's not the most defensively sound fighter. Like Benavidez fought the same style he always fights. The thing is I hear people say that, oh man, you know, he's a basic fighter. No one has been able to stop him though. No one's been able to stop him.
That's okay.
You get what I'm saying? So you get what I'm saying?
His day's coming, Coach.
So are you on board for seeing David Benavidez if the politics don't get in the way? I've got to throw that out there. If the politics don't get in the way, are you on board for seeing that fight, or do you still feel like you have in the past that Benavidez has not earned the right to fight Canelo as of yet, in your opinion?
No. We good. The green light is on. And he has
he has to go whatever got to go with the A side.
Yeah.
Like they talk about Tank Davis, big head, bobblehead.
I agree with that.
You got to go everything he wants you to do. You better do it.
Yep.
Sign that dotted line. And I don't want to hear no excuses.
Yep.
Okay, from PBC or anything. Anyway, one more thing before we roll out. Charlo. Okay, Rick Kim's is in the community right now. I'm gonna tell you, Rick, your boy look bad, man. I mean, he ain't even wearing that gloss anymore like he was before. He wore like a little beaded pearl, and he ain't got no haircut no more like he used to. His glasses are getting smaller. I mean, this boy, man, his lady taking him to the bank. Okay, the way he came out that fight, they interviewed him after the fight. He was already drunk, Coach.
Yeah,
you could hear him slurring.
He looked bad.
So, Rick Kim's your man from Houston, man, he looked bad, son. So that's all I gotta say. You better watch your boy, D Block, D Town, DT, D-Ville.
Shout out to D Block. Shout out to D Block. Yeah, man, he looked. Yeah, Jamal Tyler looked bad, man. I think this divorce is taking it through a lot. Shout out to G Funky. He said this guy's Mexicans for playing. Hey, you know what? I'm the only dude. I'm over here repping, man. The Mexican monster.
We the Charlo twins. We known for calling everybody out.
Please call these people out. Listen, the whole world's looking at you. Call these people out.
What's up? It's the Jamal the Hitman Charlo. Let's get it. Who won it?
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name them names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Mexican monster.
Canelo.
Yeah, man. I'm trying to tell you, man. Hey, you know what? You know, hey, every time I bring up the Mexican motherfucker, be mad. God damn it, why that motherfucker ain't Mexican? I'm tired of this shit. This nigga always talking about the Mexican monster. They don't like that. I like saying it though. I like saying it. Shout out to K. Cossey. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter over. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He said, I myself don't believe David can make 168 by September 2024. Considering his age and size. September 2024, what yeah, I don't get what you're saying as it relates to that. So you're saying, yeah, I don't get what you're saying. I get the part about the weight, but what does him making 168 by September 2024? What does that have to do with anything? I'm kind of lost. Shout out to Jaime Vasquez. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter over. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
I see the calls. Let me get the super chats out the way.
Playtime's over, boy.
I see the calls. Let me get the super chats out the way. Shout out to Jamie Vasquez. He said D Block rise Nello too hard. He said we're gonna find out who's who when they fight. As a Nello fan, I can't wait to see that fight. I got Nello winning by UD. Yeah, I mean, he's a very, very beatable guy.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
Yeah, man. Carla, hold on. I'm doing super chats. Yeah, man. I got you, Jamie. Let's see. We got to get the super chats out of the way. Let's get the super chats out of the way. I got another one I missed. I know I missed another one. Shout out to L. Harvey. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter over. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, he said, you know what time it is, Coach. Hit the
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut
to win.
That's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got the. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, what's up, Coach? It's your boy Two-Tone the Superstar.
Two-Tone the Superstar. Talk to me, fam.
What's good, man? So D-Block over there shaking like booty meat, just like the rest of the Canelo fans. Y'all is shaking like booty meat. It is musty, and I say that respectfully.
And I say that respectfully. You funny. Hey, dog, you funny the motherfucker, dog. Well, go ahead, sorry about that.
Coach, they is terrified today. I don't want to hear nothing about does David Benavidez deserve a shot because John Ryder got his shot. And people think that version of Canelo who gassed out against Triple G is going to beat David Benavidez, the Mexican monster. Yeah. And don't get me wrong, David Benavidez was getting cooked in the first half of that fight. I tweeted it. I said, this man is getting cooked. But I was in camp with David. The same thing happened in sparring. He started out sparring 3 sparring partners in a row. The man was getting cooked. When he sent in the next 3 sparring partners, David started whooping ass. That Canelo
will gas out, and David Benavidez is going to put a beating on that man, only because Canelo has stamina issues. And Canelo fans, y'all need to stop with the Mexican stuff. Because in Arizona, we full of Mexicans, and we riding for David Benavidez. David Benavidez sold out the MGM Grand.
Right.
Fact. The same way y'all talk about Gervonta St. Davis' gate.
Sold it out.
Let's talk about David Benavidez' gate.
Yeah, I heard it.
And holler at Rich about them pay-per-view numbers, because rumors was flying that David was cooking on them pay-per-view numbers too. So David Benavidez got the star power now. He got the name on his resume now. No more ducking. No more. Because we know Canelo cannot beat no Bivol. Canelo cannot beat Bivol. This is what Canelo gonna do. He gonna beat John Ryder. He gonna fight Bivol, lose. Then Eddie Hearn gonna go ahead and make him fight Edgar Berlanga to catch that Mexican versus Puerto Rican payday.
Yeah.
That is the blueprint they trying to do. I cannot be happy with Canelo's resume until he fights David Benavidez.
So you can't be happy with his resume, bro? Like
legacy. Wait. I misspoke.
Yeah,
legacy. He has to fight David Benavidez in his legacy, because when he retires, everybody's going to say, "Yeah, he fought Floyd, he fought Cotto, he fought Lara, but he ain't fighting no David Benavidez though." That's what everybody going to say. You didn't fight David Benavidez. Just like you say, Coach, you got a criteria. You got to clean up your decision.
You got to
clean it out.
If Canelo he's staying at 168, yeah, you have to do that. Tony, let me say something to you before you go. I had a dinner with Drew, Steve Kim, quite people, Doug over there from Ring Magazine, stuff like that. A lot of those guys, we were just having talks and conversations. And then I spoke with Buddy McGirt. I had an interview with Joe Goosen. Shout out to Joe Goosen, Buddy McGirt. And you know what Joe Goosen said? He said something very, very key. He said that, you know what, the lack of activity from a lot of these fighters is the reason why they're not sharp. I think that the reason why Canelo is such a good fighter is because he's more active than most of these fighters. These fighters fight once a year. Back, in the old school, those guys fought like every 3 months, and that's how they kept their skills sharp. In today's time, these guys do a lot of sparring, but they don't have a lot of fights. So even though Canelo is 32 years old, going on 33, he has a lot of experience. Do you feel that if this fight were to happen, do you feel that that experience from Canelo with his lateral movement, slipping and countering, and some of the defensive flaws that David Benavidez may have, do you feel that Canelo can take advantage of that? Or do you feel that no matter what Canelo does, that constant pressure from the Mexican monster will eventually wear down Canelo, and maybe he could potentially get him out of there just on sheer volume and wearing him down? How do you feel about that?
Absolutely. I think Canelo's experience will be a major play in the fight. I believe that in the first half of the fight, Canelo is going to be going to the body on David Benavidez. He's going to be trying to crush that body. But I think David Benavidez is just a more better Antonio Margarito, because Antonio Margarito was the same way, minus the cheating, that he would just walk forward and just apply that pressure on you. And I think that since you said Canelo does have a lot of fights, but I believe Father Time is undefeated. If Canelo loses 1 inch of his skill, 1 inch, he cannot beat David Benavidez. Now, if this fight was to take place 3 years ago, I have Canelo all day. But this version of Canelo, the same one that gassed out against Triple G, cannot beat this David Benavidez. To me, I want to see the fight. I want to see it.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Two-Tone, the Superstar. Salute, fam, man. Phoenix, Arizona, stand up, man. Salute to my brother, Two-Tone, man. Y'all please go follow my brother, man. Yes, sir, man. Hey, Tone, fighter the motherfucker. And I say that respectfully. Respectfully. Let me get this super chat out of the way. Shout out to my sister, Food Revolution. Hey, okay. Dropping that quote over. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Food Revolution said, she said, where's my money going to come from? He said, where's my money going to come from this time to pay Nello? He said, PBC ain't got no damn $40 million up front to pay him again. Is David worth it to them? Yeah, you know, I don't know. I really don't know. That'll be I really don't know. Hold on, caller. Hold on, caller. Hold on. Caller, hold on. Let me get the super chat out of the way. Hey, shout out to Mike Jones. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2 super chat on your boy. He said Canelo fans are not ready to pass the torch. Hey, y'all hear about Mike Jones from Texas now. Mike Jones say Canelo fans are not willing to pass the torch. What you trying to say, Mike? What you trying to say? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? Uncle Charles. What's that?
Uncle Charles, talk to me, fam.
Man, let me tell you something. Coach, let me tell you something. One thing I know about you, you're one of the most experienced, most prolific expert in this fight game today. Anybody say they come close to you, they got to be smoking crack or drinking. Let me just say this. Let me tell you something. And let me tell you something, man. I don't have enough Canelo, man. If you claim you the best, get in that ring with Charlo. Get in there with Charlo and let's see what you can do with him. And then he keep talking about, I can knock Mayweather out. Nigga, look, let me tell you something. Nigga, you got your ass whooped from pillar to post. And it got so bad, nigga, I started feeling sorry for your ass in the 11th and 12th round. Mayweather, you don't want another Mayweather. Mayweather's like a fine ball of wine. He only get better with time. And now you out here talking about you the best. Okay, you might be the best to your people, but get in there. You got in there with Bella. You got your ass served up. That's what happened to you. You got served up. And then another thing too, I don't have enough of sweet hands king to play. I don't have enough. Let me tell you something, man. He already looked like some Tennessee mountain man. And when dude got through with him, he was like a bird gonna jump in his face. Let me tell you something, man. I knew Caleb Flint was not gonna win and get Benavidez. Now, let me ask you something, Coach. If Benavidez next
Yeah, he Mexican. He Mexican.
Okay, so now he took Buddy Mexican. Let me tell you something. I think two guys that look like Benavidez got ran over by a truck. The whole damn car was flat, and they got the goddamn car shaking glass out the hell. You don't mess with a Mexican like that. You don't want a Mexican like that. Let me tell you something, man. I am sick of these guys being controlled by these promoters. I'm sick of it. Let me tell you something. Let me tell my position in public something. You want to know the real pay-per-view? Right in front of this goddamn place. So I seen two out there with no teeth in their mouth, hitting each other in the mouth. And it wasn't going no well because wasn't nobody losing no fucking teeth. He had none. I didn't have to pay one dime. You see, that massacre, I didn't have to pay one dime, but I can tell y'all this. When you get to where you catch two crackheads and crack boy in there, the other crackhead knocks the other crackhead out, and he run out in the street and get ran over by a cop. Well, if they wouldn't been able to work together, their ass would have been able to smoke together. And that's all I got to say. I'm letting y'all know, stop being controlled by promoters, stop being controlled by these promoters, because you ain't going to make no money, and you ain't have no future fooling with these guys that don't box. And that's all I got to say, player.
Hey, so that Uncle Tom, man, for Alabama, man. Hey, yeah, we got to get the lights up. Hey, we got to get the lights up, man. Hey, you know what, man? Y'all don't want to hit the like button. I'm going to start cursing motherfuckers out, man. Hey, matter of fact, where my dog at? Hey, Riley, for anybody who don't want to hit the like button, this what we feel about it.
Fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck the socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap-ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Anybody don't get the like button? Anybody don't hit the like button? We pulling up. Hey, caller, what's the name? Where you calling from?
Boxing Logic United. Peace, Coach. What's up, champ?
Hey, Boxing Logic United. Talk to me, fam.
Hey, I think you right on point on the whole thing. Great show, too, by the way. Good to talk to you. Hey, Slim, I think, answer your question with the PBC.
Yes, sir.
Would the PBC send him over there to the zone? I think they would. I think they, because they think David Benavidez has a great chance of beating Canelo.
Yeah.
They usually don't send the guys over there, in my opinion, that they think won't win. Like, they won't make maybe Earl Spence to Crawford because Crawford has a great chance of beating Earl Spence, the most people believe. But in this case, I think they will send Benavidez to the zone to fight Canelo because I think, unfortunately now in the politics, but he would probably be a favorite in my eyes. I know the politics say Canelo will be the favorite. But far as skill, the up-and-coming young guns, I think Benavidez is the favorite. The other thing is, Canelo needs to be put under the pressure. If he's going to be really considered a great, he's going to have to do what the greats did, and that means give the young guns a shot. Floyd gave him a shot. Hagler gave Mugabe a shot.
Yeah.
Ray Leonard gave Terry Lewis a shot.
Yeah.
In order to be a great, he's going to have to get a shot to the next young gun that can beat him. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So I definitely believe he has to do that. If not, it's time for roaster season. Real talk.
All right, man. Hey, Myron, man, you make a valid point. We'll see how it play out. Benavidez is the WBC mandatory. He has been for the past 2 fights. I have ran across quite a few Canelo fans. They would like to see this fight. Even D Block, even D Block is warmed up to seeing this fight because they see a lot of flaws that Canelo can exploit. Against Benavidez. I think it'd be a great fight.
Right.
Two Mexican fighters. Two Mexican fighters.
It's not that, right, but it's not that many flaws. It's not that, hey, my man, it's not that many flaws to take advantage of for Benavidez, for Canelo and his stature. Benavidez is so much taller, so much longer. His waist movement, his bobbing weave waist movement reflexes are amazing for a cat. Even though his legs ain't the fastest, his legs still a little bit faster than Canelo's. So it's not much for Canelo to take advantage of David Benavidez. Also, the PBC did send Earl Spence over there to fight Kell Brook. And PBC didn't really have much in that. So, you know what I mean? So I definitely believe that Spence didn't have no belt, but Kell Brook has a belt. So I do see PBC do believe in him, David Benavidez going over there and maybe take that. So hopefully they would do that. But I think Benavidez, in my mind, is a favorite versus Canelo.
Yes, sir. All right. Hey, Bossalaza United, man, DC stand up. Hey, thank you so much, Myron, for calling the show, brother. I appreciate you.
No doubt.
I ain't heard from him since 1972. Salute, fam. I'm a dog, Myron, man. Myron, man. Hey, shout out to Politically Incorrect. Hey, okay. Dropping that quote over. Bam, dub on your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, what to say, fam? He say, as a Mexican, he say, Canelo got that heavy European blood. Look at his skin and hair. He said, after Canelo fight his twin, Ryder, after he fight his twin, Ryder, he got to fight the Mexican monster. Hey, I see, you know what? I do see a lot of people saying that. They say that Canelo really don't look Mexican. He looks like a white Irish guy. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the Mexicans, they have the darker skin. So a lot of them do say that. Hold on, I ain't know I had a call. Hey, I had somebody holding on. Hey, I didn't realize I had a call on. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This Brian calling out of Savannah, Georgia.
Brian calling out of Savannah, Georgia. Talk to me, fam.
Man, I want to chime in on this Canelo, David Benavidez hoopla they got going on, man. I don't think David done did anything to earn the Canelo fight, just like Charlo. The boys need to get together and fight themselves first. And then later on down the line, after that fight, then maybe Canelo pick him up. But David didn't show nothing in that Plant fight to me that showed that he deserved a Canelo fight. To me, Canelo outclassed him if they was to fight.
So you feel that he hasn't earned it. So my question is, what do you feel John Ryder earned the right to fight Canelo?
No, no. Like I don't have a problem with them fighting. Like if they was to fight, but all the calling out, hey man, Canelo fight me next. Canelo fight me next. All y'all need to line up and knock each other off and rank each other that way before y'all go after the big dog. Like Canelo, now I'm not a fan of Canelo, but he has the resume. He's proven himself through the last decade, really, that he deserves the position that he's in. The only real L that he done caught, of course, Mayweather, but Bivol is the only one I ever seen hurt him. And if David think he as good a fighter as Bivol, in order to get in there and beat him, he's sadly mistaken, in my opinion. He gonna go get blasted out of there just like Plant did. Because in that fight, like I'm sure you've seen it, Coach, but Plant won the first 6 rounds on points to me. The first 6 rounds he won.
No, the first 6 I had it 4 rounds to 2. I'm just saying me. I had it 4 rounds to 2. The first 6. Plant did very, very well. Maybe 5-1. But the second half of the fight, he faded like an old pair of Levi jeans. Just like I knew. I knew he would. Yeah.
I knew he was because he couldn't. You know, Plant ain't got nothing in his hands, man. He couldn't sit down on them punches to keep David off of him. I knew that was gonna happen. But I scored it 6 rounds. Them first 6 rounds. In the 6th round, I barely gave the Plant because that's when David started turning up. But I was saying, man, if he don't sit down on them punches, he gonna start walking through them, and that's exactly what happened.
So if you had it 6 rounds, so who did you get the last? Who did you get the last 6 rounds to?
David all the way. He ran through him.
So you think so? So it should have been a draw then. And by your
I wouldn't have been upset with the draw, but I'm not upset with David winning anyway because he totally beat him up. Like if he wouldn't have beat him up like that, I would have been like straight draw. But I'm cool with the win just because he pulverized. But on this point, you know, boxing entertainment sport. So he entertained and gave the fans what he wanted, what they wanted the last 6 rounds, and that go into it. So to me, I don't have a problem with the win. But on points, Caleb won the first 6 rounds. David won the second 6 rounds. So just on paper, like if I was a paper judge, folks would be mad at me because I might have scored at a draw because he couldn't do much with Plant at first, but then Plant started, you know, doing the matador and playing around, and that's when he started to lose ground to me. Once he found out that David couldn't catch him, he went away from his game plan, and then he wasn't as disciplined, and then David started catching.
I mean, he didn't go away from it. He got tired. Basically, his game plan was to clinch it. See, this is how I saw the fight happen. David Benavidez was getting outclassed in the first half of the fight. I gave him maybe 1 or 2 rounds. After like 6, I had it like 4 rounds to 2, or maybe even 5 to 1. What happens is when Caleb Plant was constantly on the back foot boxing, he'll come forward every now and then when he get close, he was able to grab Caleb Plant. Right. He was able to grab Benavidez and hold him, tie him up. Very similar to what Andre Ward do. Very similar to what
Bernard Hopkins.
Bernard Hopkins do the same thing. The problem for Benavidez was this, because he didn't have a strong like jab shooting right down the middle. See, when you have that strong jab shooting right down the middle and you timing that guy coming in, he's not able to come in there and catch you in the clinch.
You right.
You know what I mean?
And David never had a jab.
He never established that strong jab. He never established that strong jab to keep Benavidez from clinching him. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, and he didn't really but what happened was, you know, when you got a big ring like that and you constantly have to move around, you're going to get tired.
You're going to drain yourself. You're going to drain yourself.
As the fight materializes, now those shots that Benavidez wasn't able to hit Caleb Plant with in the first half of the fight, he started catching them clean. Bap, the left hook, you know, the straight right. You know, some body shots. He was hitting with some uppercuts up the middle, and then he started getting a little bit more aggressive in the clinch.
Right.
But Kenny Bates was trying to look like he wanted to take points away.
Yeah,
from
Kenny
Benavidez.
Bates was weird.
Yeah, Bates
was weird on that.
Bates was leaning towards it seemed like Plant. He was pro Caleb Plant, in my opinion.
Yeah, he was.
In my opinion. Hey, but
now last thing, Cole, let me say one last thing.
Go ahead.
What you just said is the reason why Canelo will beat David, because Canelo got the jab, he got the body work. He's not gonna walk through Canelo punches like that. He's not gonna be able to walk through them punches, and Canelo gonna expose him. He's gonna expose that bad defense. He's gonna expose that bad footwork, and Canelo will stand in the pocket and head movement you to death and pick them shots up and pick his body apart. I'm telling you, I think it'll be a poor fight. Like people, I think it'll be disappointing. I think he'll run through Benavidez from what I've seen.
Okay, well, you know what? Well, this is the thing, though. I'm gonna let you go because I got other calls calling in. But you said that Benavidez has not earned the right to fight Canelo, but I actually, what did John Ryder do to earn the right to fight Canelo? So if Canelo can fight John Ryder, he's mandatory. He should be able to fight his other mandatory, David Benavidez.
I agree.
That's one.
I agree.
That's one. But two,
I'm with you.
But two, if you feel that Canelo will have a really easy time beating up David Benavidez, then that's even more the reason why you should want Canelo to fight him, because that'll be an easy fight for him. That'll be an easy fight for him. You get what I'm saying? So that's how I see it. Hey, but
I'm with you, Coach. I appreciate your time, man. I appreciate you letting me get on.
Yes,
you
sir.
Take it easy.
Yes, sir. Shout out to Brian, man. Shout out to Brian, man, from Savannah, Georgia, man. You get what I'm saying? Jose said John Ryder beat Zach Parker. He earned it. hey, big sorry. I'm just saying, like, you know, it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? If you cool with Canelo fighting John Ryder, a mandatory, you should be cool with Canelo fighting his other mandatory, David Benavidez. That's all I'm saying. Two Mexicans fighting each other. I'm calling what's your name, where you calling from?
Rashiki, Mobile, Alabama.
Oh man, shout out to my brother, man, Rashiki, man. What's going on, bro? How you doing?
Ain't nothing, everything good, big brother. How you doing?
Man, I'm hanging in there, man. I'm hanging in there, man.
Man, listen, I've been checking you out today, and it amazes me how the double standard is prevalent in today's boxing fans. If this man done everything he's supposed to do to earn his right with Canelo, all of a sudden, it's like it's a foregone conclusion that Canelo just gonna whoop him because maybe he didn't look his best. He shows some holes that he has in his game, but what they don't admit to is he shored up some of those holes also in his game. I've seen a better and a more improved David Benavidez with this fight.
Mm-hmm.
And so the fact that they don't want the fight to happen it's asinine to me. I in my 50 years, man, bro, I have never seen boxing fans who would cake so hard to not see their fighter fight the best. I don't understand it for the life of me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean,
that's all I got to say, man.
Hey, shout out to my brother Rosika. I'm gonna address what you just said. I'm gonna address what you said just now. I salute you, fans. Shout out to my brother, man, Alabama, man. Mobile, stand up. Hey, again, guys. You know me. We pro boxing over here. My thing is this. Now, we don't know if the politics would not allow this fight to happen. We don't know that. I don't even know, man, if Al Haymon then will even allow one of their star fighters, Benavidez, to, hey, we're going to let you go. We're going to let you go, make that fight. I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so now. Now, one brother did say, well, he did allow Errol Spence to go fight Kell Brook, but Errol Spence was still a prospect at that time. So they were like, you wasn't a star fighter for us. He was a prospect at that time. So I really don't know about Benavidez. I really want to see how that materializes, man, for real though. I'm calling. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is Jerron, coach.
Hey, shout out to Jerron. Where you calling from, my brother?
New York, bro.
Oh, shout out to Jerron from. Oh yeah, Jerron. What's going on, fam? New York, stand up in this bitch, man. Talk to me.
Yeah, look, I want to see the fight too.
Yes, sir.
Because I think David Benavidez will beat Canelo myself.
Mm.
Style make fight.
Mm.
I believe Canelo will beat. I believe David Benavidez will beat him. Because Canelo ain't gonna do he ain't gonna do a lot of running. And we know about Canelo, he fades towards the end of the fight. I think David will beat Canelo.
Do you feel that Benavidez has earned the right to fight Canelo, or do you feel that he hasn't earned the right and he needs to fight some other guys like Demetrius Andrade, David Morrell? Because I've been hearing that too. I've been hearing that some fans, because of what the WBA suggested, but some Canelo fans are saying that, hey, no, he needs to do more. He needs to fight David Morrell. He needs to fight Demetrius Andrade. He needs to fight Jamal Charlo, have him move up to 160. And then once he fight those guys, then he proved his worth to get the honor and the privilege to fight Canelo. What say you about that?
He already got the worth. That's a big fight. The biggest fight in the Mexican culture is David Benavidez, Canelo. He's number one contender, right?
Yes, so he is. He's been a number one. He's been a number one contender for the past two fights. That's true.
So what's understood ain't got to be told then.
Mm-hmm.
Why would he fight John Ryder and not fight David Benavidez? Who's better, John Ryder or David Benavidez?
Yeah. David Benavidez is better than John Ryder, in my opinion. I don't know about. I never heard of it. I don't even know who he is. I mean, I know of him. I know that he beat. I think he beat Daniel Jacobs, either John Ryder or Zach Parker. But I don't know. I can't tell you 3 fights John Ryder's had. I can't tell you 3 fights he's had. I'm being honest with you. I don't know nothing about him. He's more. They know him in the UK. Halim know him, but I don't know much about him, to be honest with you. I'm just being honest.
Benavidez can be beat, though. And the only thing, what you got to do to him is you got to have a good jab, you got to back him up, and you got to work his body the whole fight. Never touch his head. That's how you beat him. A jab, pushing bite, grab him like Caleb Plant had a good game plan, but he didn't use his jab enough, and he didn't try to push him bite. You got to push him bite. Don't let him get his feet planted.
Was there a reason why? Was there a reason why you don't think he was able to do that consistently throughout the fight?
You don't think who would do that?
No. Is there a reason why you think Caleb Plant was not able to implement what you're saying consistently throughout the entire fight?
Because I think he was scared of I ain't gonna say he's scared. He was cautious about David Benavidez throwing a lot of combinations, man. That's what he was actually trying to take that away. He took it away for a while, few rounds. But Benavidez, that stamina, that will,
that
stamina and his will. But I believe I know somebody that can beat him though. And people gonna say, "Nah, he can't. Nah, he can't." Well, only thing I can say is everybody ducking this guy, and the only thing they say about him, oh, he can't fight. He ain't knocking nobody out. I believe Boo Boo Andre can beat Benavidez because style makes fights, and he got IQ. He got an IQ.
Okay.
Jamal Charlo can beat him because he got a great jab.
Jamal,
he might can beat him, but we got to see the fights. We got to see these fights, though.
Yeah,
Jamal, that's the only way we're gonna be able to actually see it.
Jamal is a 160 pounder, and he hasn't moved up, so that's the thing. Like, man, Jamal hasn't had one fight. He hasn't had one fight.
Look,
in the super middleweight division. I'm just being honest with you. He hasn't had one fight.
Them guys can fight 175, man. They be killing themselves to make 160, man, 168.
Yeah, they can.
All them guys in that division can fight 175, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, shout out, Jerron. Thanks for calling the show, man. I salute to you, my brother. Shout out to Jerron.
All right, brother. Be good.
New York, stand up. Let's get the super chats out the way. Shout out to Politically Incorrect. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2 super chat on your boy. He said Canelo fans saying everything but the right thing. Hey, shout out to Two-Tone, the superstar. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2 super chat on your boy. He said Canelo a free agent after Ryder. Okay, so Canelo a free agent after Ryder, but he's still an A-side, and Canelo still does what he wants to do. I do know that Canelo loves working with the Zone and Eddie Hearn, so I think he'll more than likely work with them. I don't see Canelo going over to the PBC to fight with them. He don't really like them like that. From what I've learned. Caller, hold on. Shout out to Shad. Hey, okay. Dropping that quote over. Bam, double your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
What to say, Shad? You say, Coach, make it make sense. How does a mandatory not deserve a fight, especially when it wasn't a fluke on how they earned it? Man, you know what, I'm trying to find answers for that. How does a mandatory and John Ryder deserve a shot at Canelo, but the WBC mandatory, David Benavidez, he doesn't deserve hasn't earned the right to fight Canelo. And I haven't found anyone to make that make sense to me, to be honest with you. Shout out to Jose Ayala. Hey, okay. Dropping that quote over. Bam, dub on your boy. But to be fair, there are some Canelo fans that do want to see this fight. I'm not gonna lie. There's some. I met some. I have met some.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
He say Plant had no dog in him. He's a great boxer, but he came to box. Benavidez came to fight. Yeah. Benavidez did come to fight. He came to fight, and that's just how he fights. Benavidez is not really a boxer. He's coming to fight you, walk you down, and just I like to call it press you out. Press you out is when you put so much pressure on the guy that you put so much physical, you impose your will on him, and that's what Benavidez does. Call on your name. Where you calling from?
This is May Johnson calling from Texas.
May Johnson calling from Texas. Talk to me.
Name me one person besides Triple G, one person that was impressive on Canelo's resume, because the fans, they seem to make a lot of excuses for Canelo not making the right fight.
Mm-hmm.
He don't seem to want to fight against the right competition.
Hey,
So
brother,
if
before I interrupt you, what your name is again? I want to get your name right.
Nate Johnson.
Okay, Nate Johnson. Okay. Now you were saying about Canelo fighting the right competition. Go ahead.
Right. Now, if the fans say, well, none of these fighters recently have the resume to fight Canelo. That's what a lot of the fans are saying. They have to earn their way. I'm wondering, is there 3 fighters you can name off the resume, fighters Canelo have beat, not just got in the ring with and fought, fighters he actually beat in the ring? Besides Triple G and Bivol, to me, I don't see an impressive win. Maybe it's just me. What do you think?
I mean, it's subjective to you. Like you said, maybe it's just you. It may be some things in Canelo's resume that his career, the fights that he's had, you may not be, you may not even be aware of, or you just may not be impressed with. Whatever your criteria is for who you want to see Canelo fight, so be it. I think Canelo does have a pretty damn good resume. He's going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer, but it's subjective to you. You get what I'm saying? So I can't, your opinion may differ from mine. But
what fight did he win? What fight did he win impress you, Coach?
It's a good question. To where he went through any adversity.
Right, and I'm talking about a fighter that people know, not a guy like Ryder.
Well, he fought Lara. He fought. It's been so long since I've seen those fights.
Because to me, it seemed like he dodged every real competition. He found a way to dodge.
He got, you know what? Canelo got some good names on his resume. I would probably say Triple G. I'll probably say Triple G. Like, he really, you know what I mean? Like, when he fought Triple G the first fight, even though I did give that first fight to Triple G, I thought Triple G won that fight, and a lot of people did as well.
Me too.
And a lot of Canelo fans felt like he won, but I thought Triple G won that fight. But the second Triple G fight, I really that impressed me. That was
impressive.
That was impressive. Yeah, that was impressive. The second Triple G fight, in my opinion. He fought Daniel Jacobs. That fight was kind of impressive to me because he showed he showed some really good defense, being real slick. It was very hard for Daniel Jacobs to hit Canelo.
I missed that one.
Yeah,
I missed that one.
So Daniel Jacobs. I got to look at his resume, man. But those are the 2 that jump out at me right now. To be honest with
you. But would you say, in your opinion, that David Benavidez haven't earned the right to fight him?
Hold on. No, David Benavidez has earned the right. Billy, another fighter, Billy Joe Saunders. A lot of people were saying that Billy Joe Saunders is a Eurobomb, but Billy Joe Saunders is a pretty good fighter. I think Billy Joe Saunders, you know what? I kind of expected Canelo to do that to him, though. But, but David Benavidez has earned the right to fight Canelo. If John Ryder has fought title eliminators and earned his right to fight and earned his right to become the WBO mandatory, David Benavidez has fought in title eliminators as well and earned his right to become the mandatory, and he has become the mandatory the last 2 fights. So,
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna let you go. But I feel like if they was to actually get in the ring, he could give Canelo some problems, some serious problems. IQ wise, I think he's right up there with Canelo, and I'll go as far as to say punching power, he's right there with Canelo. And now, especially now that he got a specialist working on his strength training, Canelo in trouble. So my thing is, you got to stop running. And for all the fans out there, I'm not a fan of Canelo, but I'm not a hater of him either. He has gotten much impressive since he fought Floyd 5-6 years ago. I'll give him that. He got much better.
Yeah, he learned a lot. He learned a lot fighting Floyd. Like what really impressed me with Canelo is his upper body movement. You know what I mean? He doesn't.
Right. I was going to say that. His head movement.
Yeah, the way he slips and parries the shots.
He slips way better.
And rolls with the punches. And he's always in the position. He's always in the position. And he's so calm in that pocket. I'm like, that's very impressive to me. And I'm like, that's why I want to see this fight. Because Canelo's going to be right there.
But
he's a
when he got in there,
it's counterpunch.
Right, but when he got in there with Bivol taught him what he didn't learn. his jab game.
Yeah.
His jab, he still need to work on that before he get in there with Benavidez,
Yes,
in my opinion.
Yeah, stylistically, Bivol was just, he ain't had no business getting in there with him. Like, I don't know what he was thinking about with that, but hey, shout out.
That boy Bivol ain't no joke.
Yeah, shout out to Nate. But a lot of people were saying that Canelo was cherry picking, Bivol was a Eurobomb. And those same people who said that.
I told my son before they fought, I said Bivol gonna give him some problems.
Yeah, they were saying that. Now,
all right, coach.
All right, shout out to Nate Johnson. Salute, fam. Yeah, a lot of people were saying Bivol was a Eurobomb. Now some of them same people saying that, yeah, man, he couldn't beat Bivol. Like, wait a minute, y'all were just saying he was a Eurobomb yesterday. You get what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Jonathan. Well, shout out to Jonathan Ramirez in the chat. Raphael 32, what's going on, fam? D1, what's happening? Shout out to Frank Forbes in the building. Shout out to Frank Forbes. Shout out to Marlon Warren, Mr. Warren. What's going on, brother? Shout out to Halim in the building. Shout out to Halim in the building. The phone lines is hot today. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Hey, we got a lot of calls.
Coach, man, it's Canelo like one more time, man. I wanted to say two more things, and then I'm real quick. Number one, I think it's sad to say, but if Canelo don't look spectacular against John Ryder, you can forget about the David Benavidez fight.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my opinion. Like, if he don't look great, like, if he don't look like the old Canelo against John Ryder, like, when he fight John Ryder, if he look like how he fought when he fought Triple G, it's over with. It ain't no point. We can be mad, but we already know he's probably not going to want to fight David Benavidez if he don't look great against John Ryder. So I feel like we got to pay attention to this John Ryder fight. If he look great, then come on with it. But if he don't look great, bro, it's going to be wrong to duck, but I would see him duck. I feel like he would duck. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing I wanted to say, David Benavidez, when he fought Caleb Plant, bro, he not big as I thought he was. Like, I thought he was way bigger than Caleb Plant, but when I seen them in the ring together, Caleb Plant got a bigger head. He got a whole bigger skeleton. He almost looked bigger than David Benavidez to me. He weighed in more, and he had a bigger back. He got a bigger head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, when you go back and look at it, like, David Benavidez ain't that big like I thought he was. So he ain't gonna have huge. Canelo is smaller than Caleb Plant too, but like he ain't that big like I thought. Like Bivol is probably bigger than David Benavidez. Like he just ain't that big. Like they be saying he weight bullying and stuff like that. He ain't that big. Caleb Plant bigger than him.
Yeah,
and that's all I had, Coach.
Yeah, Caleb Plant really, really muscular. They got two different body builds, and like the way Caleb Plant is more, he's more muscular. Like he look good, like and ripped. You get what I'm saying? Caleb Plant, Benavidez is more like bad body. You know what I mean? He's more of a bad body dude, but he's a big, strong guy in there. But yeah, but I get exactly what you're saying. Casino Life Press. Shout out to my brother, man, from the ATL, man. Salute, fam. Yeah, man. I think it's the way David Benavidez and Caleb Plant is built. The way their body is built is just totally different. But I get what you're saying. Shout out to my sister Bless 365. Hey, okay. Dropping that quarter over. Bam, W boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Bless say, David won. She say, David won. Now, there they go. He said, there they go, coach.
What about Rocky Marciano?
Oh, there they go. There they go. Every time I start talking about boxing, a white man got to pull Rocky Marciano out their ass. That's the one. Rocky Marciano. Let me tell you something wonderful. Rocky Marciano was good, but compared to Joe Louis, Rocky Marciano ain't shit.
He beat Joe Louis's ass.
Hey, we need 22 more. Hey, we got to get 22 more likes, man. We need 22. We need 22 more likes, man. The phone lines have been hot. I need to get to 300. We need 22 more likes. Hey, but you get what I'm saying, though? So this is exactly why we need to see the fight. Again, there's a lot of different things that I see that could prevent this fight from happening. But from what we've been seeing lately, as you guys say, the PBC have been allowing their fighters to cross the street. So, you know what I mean? So Benavidez is going to have to cross that street, and because I don't think Canelo is going to come to the PBC. You get what I'm saying? To fight David Benavidez. I don't think that's going to happen. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
It's okay. This is Billy again from Florida. I got a quick question though.
Go ahead.
All right. They say David did knockout plan. Okay, Canelo knockout plan. What do you think what David did with Triple G? Since Canelo struggled with Triple G, what's your opinion if David would have fought Triple G?
I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Triple G, you know, styles make fights. So, you know, I can't see this is the problem with this, right? I can't, it's kind of hard for me to make an accurate, an opinion on it because, you know, because the triangle theory doesn't work. Like we saw, we saw, okay, Sugar Shane Mosley fought Vernon Forrester. Vernon Forrester beat him twice. And then Vernon Forrester fought Mayorga, and Mayorga beat Vernon Forrester twice. And then Sugar Shane Mosley, who lost to Vernon Forrester, fought doggone Mayorga, and Sugar Shane beat him twice. So it's kind of, you know, styles make fights, and you know that's why we need to see the fights. My opinion on it.
Coach, in your opinion, what you think if David would have fought Triple G is Canelo struggling? In your opinion, I know styles make fight, but what you think?
I don't know. Triple G is a middleweight. Triple G is a middleweight. If Triple G moved up the fight as super middle, I would probably lean towards maybe Benavidez because he's, you know, Triple G is the smaller fighter and he's moving up. Only because of that, because Triple G is probably the better fighter. I can't say he's stronger, you know, at 168, at 168. You get what I'm saying? I can't say he's strong at 168, but right now, if Triple G was to move up and fight David Benavidez, I'm gonna give that to David Benavidez all day. And Triple G's 40 years old, so.
All right, cool. That was my team.
All right, shout out to Derek. Salute for him.
Call from
Jose.
Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Coach, what up, man?
Hey, what's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from?
Jose from Santa Ana.
All right,
Cali.
Jose from Santa Ana. Talk to me, fam.
Hey, man. I just wanted to say, the fucking commentators were fucking on Benavidez nuts. Every punch that they were landing, like, oh, Caleb's hurt. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like Benavidez is ready for Canelo, but I don't think he's gonna win that fight. Honestly.
Yeah.
So like,
go ahead. Sorry about that.
I feel like Ryder, it's a tune-up fight. But at the same time, he fought two previous opponents that Canelo fought for. So it's all right. I mean, I ain't mad at the fight, but good night of boxing on Saturday. All fights were entertaining.
Yeah, it was. It was a good fight. Hey, that's all you got, Jose?
Yeah, man. Just first time caller. Just want to see what's up.
Yeah, man. Salute, fam. Shout out to Jose from Santa Ana, man. Salute to you, fam. Yay. Salute. Yes, sir. West Coast, stand up. West Coast, stand up. Canelo, John Ryder, I fully expect Canelo to blast this dude. In my opinion, John Ryder don't stand a snowball chance in hell and beat Canelo. In my opinion, so I think John Ryder, you know, Canelo gonna break him off real. This is a tune-up fight for Canelo, and I don't mean to disrespect John Ryder, but John Ryder's not on Canelo's level in my opinion. This is a tune-up fight for Canelo. He gonna get him out of there in probably about 5. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
This is Chris from Boston.
Chris from Boston, talk to me.
I'm just gonna lay out some facts about this fight. If Canelo does face Benavidez, I think Canelo's going to stop him in 6, and I'm going to tell you why. Because Benavidez got something that can work for him and something that can hurt him, and that's his long ass arms.
Yeah.
You know how Canelo, that's his thing. He'll beat your elbows, your arms to death, and then he'll just take you out.
Yeah, you're talking about you saying Benavidez. You saying that's what Canelo would do to Benavidez.
Yeah, because I don't think Benavidez has enough to keep him off. In the place punishment of Canelo, like I said, he likes to beat your arms to death. So, like, he don't care if he hits you the body, whatever. Most of the first half of the fight, he beats your arms to death.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, so
And that's
that's my take.
All right. Shout out to Chris from Boston. Thank you for calling the show, fam. Salute. Boston, stand up. Hey, Halim say, come on, coach. Stop the hate on John Ryder. No, I'm not hating. Listen, Halim, my brother. I'm saying this as respectful as I possibly can. I'm not hating on John Ryder. I just think that Canelo gonna run through him. He gonna run through him like X-Lax. You know, he gonna run through him. You know, he gonna run through him like X-Lax. You know what I mean? He gonna run through him like a hole in the hose roll. He gonna run through him like a pimp with a hole in the hose roll. I mean, this is no disrespect to John Ryder, you know, but I'm just saying, bro. Like, listen, Halim, that boy gonna get killed, man, in Mexico, man. He gonna get killed, literally. You know, that's just my opinion, you know. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Slim, what's going with you?
What's going on? What's your name? Where you calling from, fam?
Ron Boy Fresh, Slim, what's good?
Oh, Ron Boy Fresh. I couldn't hear your phone sound muffled.
Yeah, man. Oh, does it, man? That motherfucking Tennessee and fuck my voice up this weekend, man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, so basically, man, I'm trying to figure this shit out, bro. Where does this Cinnamon and Benavidez, this fight, Cinnamon ducking Benavidez or Cinnamon won't fight Benavidez, and where's this shit coming from? Like, I don't understand it.
I don't know about Cinnamon won't fight Benavidez. There are fans who said recently, like literally, like, you know, Benavidez has not earned the right to fight Canelo. And
yeah, but what is the percentage? I've heard a small percentage of motherfuckers say that, which they don't really count because I don't think they count. Most of Cinnamon fans, most of Benavidez fans want that fight next. What I want to say is, what's keeping that fight from happening in September? Because don't say Bivol. Bivol was fighting this summer. So if you want me to believe Bivol is about to fight this summer and turn around and fight Cinnamon in September, absolutely not.
Yeah, nah, he's not going to fight. If Bivol fights this summer,
exactly.
Yeah, the Benavidez fight. I mean, the Bivol fight's not going to be there for Canelo.
Exactly. That's my point. So what we need to do, and then, you know, I ain't telling people, but I just think we getting off the reservation. We need to stick to the program. Benavidez and Cinnamon need to be made in September. It just is what it is. Mm-hmm. We can't worry about the small 5% of motherfuckers. They don't know better. Who don't deserve a fight in this fight, Ryder? Like, come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, are we really want to debate and argue this shit? Why would I waste my time arguing with a motherfucker to say he haven't earned the right? Benavidez has been earned his right, and all this shitting on Cinnamon and who Cinnamon ain't fight. I'm like, I've never seen a motherfucker get shitted on so much, but his resume, the boxers they love can't even touch Cinnamon resume. You dig what I'm telling? Not even a fraction of Cinnamon resume. But Cinnamon ain't fight nobody. Like, this is what we dealing with, bro. Like, I'm like, come on, man. Are we boxing fans? Or y'all motherfuckers is just going to shake pom-poms all motherfucking day. The agenda need to be this, Mo. Benavidez, Cinnamon in September. It is nothing that should hold this fight up. Bivol is not an option. So stop saying that shit. Bivol is not an option. We need to move on from that shit. Push this motherfucker, Cinnamon Benavidez, this I want to ask you. Who do you think have more pull right now in the WBC? Cinnamon Alvarez or Al Haymon?
Oh, that's a damn good question.
Exactly. Who do you think right now?
To be honest, I think Cinnamon has the pull. In his
position. More pull. You think so? You think Cinnamon still have more pull?
No.
In the WBC than Al Haymon?
No. Well, Al Haymon is a very, very powerful entity. He doesn't have more pull than Al. He doesn't have more pull than Al. But I'm saying I'm not so sure if the WBC wants to try to do anything to piss off Canelo. You get what I'm saying? I don't know if they want to do that, but Al Haymon does control. He does control Mauricio Suleiman.
But remember, Al Haymon in the WBC been doing big things, maneuvering their fighters here in the WBC. I think the fight will get done. That's why I'm saying I think the fight will get done. it might be a call. I don't give a fuck what band it's on. I think the fight will get done, and it makes the most sense. And there's no reason why the fight shouldn't get done in September. But that's all I got for you, Mo. And, you know, all that other sucker shit. I ain't trying to hear all that other sucker shit about who deserved what and who did, man. Fuck all that. I'm out, Mo.
Shout out to Ron Boy first, man. Salute. BC, stand up. The PBC pretty much controlled the WBC. Those are the facts. You know, like you look in the welterweight division, they made sure that they had their fighters in position to be. Look where Ugas is ranked, and look who he's fighting in the title eliminator and all that stuff. There, they jumped over people. Look how Keith Thurman fought Mario Barrios, a junior welterweight, and his first fight at welterweight, he fought him and beat him, and then automatically he's ranked number 1. So that, you know, I mean, I think that pretty much tell you what time it is. And then look, Deontay Wilder got beat by Tyson Fury twice, and then he's number 1 in the WBC in the heavyweight division. So yeah, Ron Boy is right about that. He is right about that. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from? Now that I think about it.
Hey, what's up, Coach? This is Rick calling from LA.
Rick calling from LA. Yeah. Talk to me. West Coast, West, y'all.
Hey, Coach. So as a Canelo fan, I could honestly say that the Canelo fight, it's a tune-up. It's a tune-up. Let's be straight up. It's a tune-up. Yeah, it's mandatory. That's an excuse. That's to make it acceptable. Yeah. Do I think Benavidez and Canelo's opponent on the same boat? Yeah, kind of. You know, they're both mandatory. Whatnot. But it's just a tune-up, man. Let's be real. You know, he broke his hand. He's trying to take a tune-up. I think he is going to fight Bivol for the rematch in December. So in the meantime, I do want to see a Benavidez fight. Definitely more than ever now. But in the meantime, I wouldn't be mad if Benavidez takes out a couple of the top opponents in the 168, you know, to hype up, build up that fight, and make it absolutely incredible. That's where I'm at right now.
Okay, so if Canelo is not able to land the Dimitri Bivol fight, because Bivol is fighting, from what I'm hearing, he's going to fight in the summertime. If he's not able to land that fight, who would you like to see Canelo fight?
100% David Benavidez. Okay. No doubt. Zero doubt about that.
Okay. All right. Shout out to Rick from LA, man. West Coast, stand up, man. Yay. Salute, fam. Thank you for calling, bro. Again, that fight needs to happen. I think that you do have some fans that felt like, even my dog D-Block say he has a change of heart. He wants to see that fight. A lot of people feel that, hey, man, there's a lot of chinks that's in Benavidez's armor that Canelo can exploit. You know, I am of the opinion that I think there are a lot of things that Canelo can exploit. I think his lateral movement is going to be a problem. The way he parries shots, and the way he slips and counters. He's a great counterpuncher. But the thing is, what's going to be a problem is if Canelo cannot hurt Benavidez, make him go backwards and break him down. And if Benavidez can take those shots and weather that storm, that second half of the fight is going to be a monster. And I say that second half of the fight is going to be a monster. And you see this discussion that we're having. This is why we need to see this fight, because if we see the fight, you know, we'll see. Hopefully, no politics wants to get into play. And you know, you don't make Canelo. Canelo does what he wants to do. Just like when people say Tank do what he want to do and Errol Spence do what he want to do. Okay, well, you got to keep that same energy. Canelo does what he wants to do. And whoever wants to fight him is going to have to bow down, you know, shut up, be quiet, and do whatever Canelo tells him to do. Just like you say, Tank, if you want to fight Tank, they got to bow down to fight Tank. You got to bow down to fight Errol Spence. Okay, well, they got to do the same. Other fighters who want to fight Canelo, they got to bow down and do the same thing. And that's just the reality of the situation. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's D-Block. One more time, and that's it.
Yes, sir.
Man, you see that? You see all the people? You see all the Canelo fans? We ain't scared, man. We ain't scared of nothing. We ain't scared of. We've never been scared. We already know who we are. We are legendary, and we're gonna break that little boy down. Okay, we're gonna break the adopt Ecuadorian down. Okay, all I see is all these Benavidez bandwagoners. Now they say, "Oh man, he's gonna go in there and knock him out." You saw what he did to Plant. He beat him down. He made him look silly. Man, quit the nonsense, man. Be real. Somebody got your resume that's gonna outshine anybody. I love it. He's gonna want the challenge. He sees a young pup, and he's gonna put him down. just like Floyd Mayweather did to Canelo. All right? And then all you people, all you PBC lovers and all you wannabes, you're all going to be like, what? After that, what? You want somebody else? Who? And I'm okay with him not fighting Bivol anymore. I'm okay with that. Because I promise you, if Benavidez were to go up there and try to be legendary and move out of 168, that he's been there for a while already, to 175, I know people will beat him up. And Benavidez will beat him up. Because he ain't built like that. And he will never be built like that. Canelo's built like that. Yes, he lost to Bivol, but so what? He was chasing greatness. He's coming down from 4 weight classes, and now he's fighting. You want him to fight the guy that's only been in one division, 168?
The Mexican,
right? And
the Mexican monster.
Y'all want to, man, get that. Ain't no monster about him, man. Except for those curls, raggedy ass curls. He look like he got a mop on, man. Be real with that. Come on, man. Guacamolean, Ecuadorian.
Listen, man. Hey, you know
man,
what?
I'm a hate because I love to hate. You know who this is?
D-Block.
You know why we talking?
D-Block,
Go ahead, Coach.
We got 2 Mexicans fighting each other, Canelo and David Benavidez.
Nah. No, we don't. No, we don't. You want your eggs scrambled or you want them straight? What you want? 2 different types, man. All right? Canelo is purebred. All right? You see that? When you get a dog from the shelter, he ain't going to be purebred, but you're going to be like, I feel sorry for that dog. If I don't get him, he's going to die. Right? No, you got all these other people like, shit, I got me $500. Let me go give me this purebred. It's 2 different classes, Coach.
Okay.
D-Block, D-Town, D-City, Benavidez, watch out.
Hey, y'all heard D-Block? Hey, you know, here, I said we got 2 Mexican fighters. You hear that shit? Hello. Hey, caller, hold on. Let me get the super chats out the way. Shout out to Two-Tone, the superstar. Dropping out $2 super chat on your boy. He said Bivol wants undisputed at 175. Yeah. I mean, fighting Canelo don't do nothing for Bivol. You know what I mean? Like when Bivol beat Canelo last time, he said, they said, how do you feel beating Canelo? He said, I really don't feel nothing like, you know, I supposed to beat him. You know, he's a small guy. He's a little guy. You know, his English is not that good, but he said he's a small guy. He's a little guy. I supposed to beat him. I don't feel nothing. That's what he said. True. Shout out to Shad. Dropping out $2 super chat. Now, if you want to get the Hey Leroy, you got to send more than $2. If you want to get the Hey Leroy, you got to send more than you got to send more than $2. You send $5, you get the Hey Leroy, all that stuff there. He said Canelo don't have to call Al. Al got to call him. Yeah, pretty much. If they want that fight. Carter, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Coach, what's up? It's Fee.
Shout out to Fee from Duval. Talk to me.
Yeah, we don't care nothing about the Mexicans' love affair with Canelo. I don't care. I want to see the fight. Call up here with all this emotional, all this Caleb Plant was supposed to beat him, all this stuff. Ryan Garcia gonna beat Tank. We don't care nothing about y'all love affair with each other. This is boxing.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about race right now. I don't care if Benavidez was silverback mixed with Mexican. I don't care. We want to see the fight. It's time to see the fight. Out of everybody, Canelo done fight, he done fought some heavy hitters, including Floyd Mayweather. He done fought some tomato cans up in there too. He done fought the maintenance man, the plumber. He done beat his ass. So if they deserve to get a shot, why don't Benavidez deserve to get a shot? And he's been out here doing his thing. I don't want to hear your hate speech every time you call on your own kind. He's still blood of your blood, flesh of your flesh. He still got Mexican in him. It don't matter. It doesn't matter. We don't want to hear that every time Mexican calls there. We got to hear how he not Mexican. We got to hear how he don't deserve to fight. And this man done worked his way up to the top. The beat drug addiction, as far as we know. He done matched the dream, baby. And even if not, we still want to see the fight. We don't care about your love affair with Canelo. I don't care. I don't want to hear it no more. It's over with. Benavidez and Canelo, that's the next fight I want to see, up in September. That's it. That's all. Stop making excuses that he don't deserve to fight. Leave it in some of them tomato cans he done fought in between great fighters. Leave it in the maintenance man and the plumber. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And I don't got to know all that fancy boxing talk to know that. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm going to be in the comments. Y'all want to talk crazy? I'm with it today.
Shout out to me. Duval.
Yeah, we want. Coach, tell him we want to fight regardless. Just say it right quick. We want to fight.
No, we want to fight. We do want to fight, and there have been Canelo fans. Even D Block have said that he's had a change of heart, Fee, and he said he want to see the fight now. He's had a change of heart. So I'm glad D-Block.
He tried to say hard. Because I came in on the rear end when he was still doing all that Canelo loving and I wasn't feeling it.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, D-Block. Well, my apologies, D-Block. You know I love you, D-Bliss, but we don't care about all the other stuff no more. We tired of it.
Shout out to Fee. Hey, look at man. Look at Fee said, damn, she snapped. and she went off, man.
Like move up in weight class, go up to 168. Challenge this man for all the marbles.
The Mexican monster, yeah.
The Mexican. You keep throwing that up every time
I remember the guy was everybody scared of that guy. You talking a lot of shit. That's all I want you to say stuff.
Hey, shout out to Johnny Long. Hey, okay. Drop that half bam, double your boy.
Hey, Leroy.
Super chat received.
Playtime's over, boy.
Hey, shout out to Johnny Long. What did he say? He said Canelo fighting Bivol was a mistake. He thought that the guy was a laydown. He thought that was a laydown. He say, let's not act like he didn't really want to fight Markabu. Hey, you know what? Markabu was big. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. Hey, listen. I don't know. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know if Canelo would have beat Markabu, to be honest with you. I don't know about that, but that's a cruiserweight. That's a big dude. I'm being honest with you, Johnny Long. Now, I don't know much about Markabu. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I saw him fight. I saw the fight he had against Tony Bellew. And I saw the fight he had against Badu Jack. I'm like, that's a big dude. That's a big dude, fam. I don't know about that, but maybe Markabu would have laid down. Maybe he would have laid down. But that's a big dude, bro. That's a big dude. Hey, listen, y'all check this out now. Shout out to Steve Kim. This is an article that he wrote, and this is the article that he wrote, right? And he's talking about the Caleb Plant and David Benavidez. Now this is I'm gonna just read a segment of it. He said, yet while Plant was winning some early battles in the fight, he lost the war. He said, as he never was able to truly, stun Benavidez with any of his quick punches. He said, while he landed leather, Plant simply did not puncture the Mexican monster to a point to where he never really dissuaded him. You get what I'm saying? Like Caleb Plant didn't have any power. And a lot of people felt like, because he knocked out Anthony Durrell, but Anthony Durrell was 75 years old when he fought him. You know what I mean? He was 75 years old when he fought him. You get what I'm saying? So he knocked him out, and a lot of people thought, yeah, boy, he went Bradman. Bradman made him have his power. He didn't have any of that power when he fought Benavidez. You get what I'm saying? So, by the time that the fight reached the championship rounds, Benavidez's power and strength began to erode Plant, who started to literally hold on for dear life. You know what I mean? With the aid of referee Kenny Bayless. Now, y'all check this out. Now, this is an article that's written by Steve Kim. Now, I ain't gonna lie. Now, I ain't saying this because me and Steve all right. But I'm just being honest with you, dog. Like, I literally felt that way. That motherfucker was holding on. What we got to do when love is wrong. And that's no lie. But when love is gone, we got to hold on, boy. Holding on. You see what he said right here? He said by the time that the fight reached the championship rounds, Benavidez's power and strength began to erode Plant, who started to literally hold on for dear life with the aid of referee Kenny Bayless. At times, Plant was doing more Greco-Roman wrestling than the sweet science. In rounds 8 through 12, Plant was in pure survival mode. And that's the fight that I saw. And I think that's the only reason he didn't get knocked out. He was holding on like a motherfucker now. He said, I knew I had to take it, Benavidez said, I knew I had to take it step by step, round by round. He said Benavidez, who hurt Plant several times late, and he blooded him. You know what I mean? Caleb is a tough fighter. He's not going to give you anything in the first few rounds, so we have to find him. But I felt that I didn't just show that I was a power puncher tonight. I showed that I had defense and head movement and was able to move around the ring and cut the ring off really good. So I wonder, well, we're gonna do another show. I ain't gonna tell you what the title gonna be, but we'll see what's up. We'll see what's up. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. The Mexican monster holding on. Hey, bless what we got to do when love is gone. And that's no lie. Holding on. What we got to do when our stamina's gone. Hey, I'm getting hit now with these left and rights. This boy putting them paws on me. I'm fighting a Mexican monster, and this boy can fight. He got a real engine. The Mexican monster don't get tired. He's whooping my ass, hitting me with left and right. Oh, yo, I got to hold on. I need some help from the ref. Kenny Bailey saved my life. I'm holding on. What we got to do when the power's gone, and that's no lie. Nigga, I thought I was watching Jeffrey Osborne at an LTD concert. Hey, shout out to World Comeback Sports, man. Shit, I'm talking about, man, goddamn, boy. I thought I was laughing shit, you know what I mean? I thought I was, hey, Freight Force, nigga, I thought I was watching Jeffrey Osborne in concert. I said, this motherfucker holding like a motherfucker, boy, goddamn, you know? Hey, he didn't hold Canelo like that. And then, you know, they say, well, Canelo knocked him out. Now, I will say this. If David Benavidez had that straight jab, he wouldn't have been able to be held like that. Because in order for, because what Benavidez is doing, Benavidez was dipping low, getting up under Benavidez, and he was holding him. If Benavidez had a straight like a check right hand, like when he was coming in, if he was able to check him with the left hook or drop that right hand on him while he was coming in, he could have stopped a lot of that holding. You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. He could have stopped a lot of that. So he got some things offensively that he's going to have to work on, especially if he's talking about fighting Canelo, because Canelo's a shorter fighter. So he's going to get under a lot of stuff. Hold on, guys. Call what's your name? Where you calling from?
Yo, Coach, it's Rick, man. What you saying, man?
Shout out to Rick from Toronto. Talk to me.
I didn't know you can hold a tune, baby. I didn't know you were down with R. Kelly and Aaron Hall, man. Are you you holding a tune, bro?
Well, you know, I had an R&B group for 30 days back in the day. You know what I mean? I had an R&B group. Me and my homeboy Kenny B in Sims. You know, two dudes. One dude was a light-skinned dude. He had a Jerry curl, and the other dude was a dark-skinned dude. He had a Jerry curl. And things didn't work out with the group, man, because they used to argue about who had the better-looking Jerry curl all the time and who wanted to be the lead singer and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So it is what it is, man. But yeah, I do a little something. I used to go R&B back in the day.
You had you had them neon suits, baby. You had them neon suits on, man.
Nah, man, nah. You know, I'm doing my thing, man. Hey, what's happening though? What's happening though, Rick? Talk to me.
Oh yeah, no. In respect to reflection of this weekend's fight, yeah, Benavidez he had it, but I noticed you were on Ring IQ as well. That possibly that night from LA.
Yeah.
And our funny homeboy from Australia, Mirage.
Yeah.
He won in that fight, but I agree with him. I was disappointed in the context of Benavidez not being able to fully KO Caleb Plant. Because if he's a Mexican monster, and did you hear that Iron Mike backing Benavidez in the context saying that he could, like, someone asked him, I forget who it was. I don't know if it was that homie from Fight Hub or whatever, but he asked Iron Mike. He goes, "Oh yeah, do you think Benavidez will beat Canelo?" And he didn't say yes. Mike didn't say yes, but he said, yeah, he said Benavidez will beat anyone. That was his response. I was shocked, man. The Iron Mike is, but maybe because he gave birth to that moniker of Benavidez being the Mexican monster. So it's kind of like Mike giving birth to Benavidez, even though his resume isn't really in respect to what Julius and you are saying that Caleb Plant's probably the best fighter on his resume now. But I was surprised about that. The next thing is that the real fighter that night was that boy Colbert.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, that fucker won the lottery, man.
Yeah, man. You know, a lot of people feel that way. I got to go back and look at it again just to make sure. I got to go back and look at the fight again. I did have Ryo. I got other calls calling in. So, but I gotta. We're gonna wrap it up. But I have to look at the fight again. I did have Ryo winning the fight, but sometimes I have been wrong on these things. Sometimes I had to go back and look at the fight again. And some of those fights are a lot closer than what I thought they were. So I got to really look at it again and see. But I still said that from my initially watching it at the sports bar, You know, it looked to me that Ryo did enough to win that fight. He should have stopped Chris when he had the opportunity. He hurt him multiple times in that fight, and he could have knocked him out, and he didn't. Or he could have dropped him multiple times, and he didn't. So I got to go back and look at that fight again.
Before I go, Coach, it was nice seeing you, like, you know, gliding around in LA. You got that your LA privileges from Marcellus Wallace, huh? So, you know, now you singing a tune, baby. Now you singing a tune.
I have family. I lived in LA. I have family from South Central. So.
Oh damn! So you were Marcellus Wallace.
Yeah. I lived in LA. I lived off of Arlington and 23rd. I lived in an all blood neighborhood. So, you know. But anyways, that's neither here there. Shout out to Rick from Toronto, man. Salute, fam. Thank you for calling the show. Yeah. Shit, as a matter of fact, I was in Watts. I was in Watts. I was off of Figueroa. I was off of Figueroa on the host road. Figueroa and 100 over that way, 115. I was over there right by the 10, right by the 110. I was over there. So, but anyways, what did he say? He said you wasn't wrong this time, but El Rayo should have definitely pressed him harder though. Yeah. He should have pressed him harder. And I think that, you know what though, Big Sarge, I think that's why, if as a fighter, you have to always have that mentality to stop your opponent. You never leave it to the hands of the judges, especially when you're the bigger fighter and if you hurt this guy several times throughout the fight. You dropped him within the first 35, 40 seconds of the first round, and you hurt him throughout the fight. You got to finish the job. This is the last call. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Jamie from New York.
Shout out to Jamie from New York, man. Salute, fam. Talk to me.
Hey, Coach, what's happening?
What's going on with you?
I'm calling I was rooting for Plant on Saturday night.
Yes, sir.
And my problem is Kenny Bayless. Well, he letting that kid hold like that. That was way too much, Coach. Don't you think?
I mean, yeah, of course, it was definitely excessive. You know what I mean?
It was way too much, man.
You know what I mean? So,
I would have taken points and.
That was the game plan. That was Caleb Plant's game plan, though. Too, you know, when we get close ground, tie him up. But he just, you know, he just got tired. He got tired.
Yeah, he did. But back to but yeah, Kenny Bayless, he has to go, man. He got on my nerve, man. I was screaming at the TV, man. But Coach, Benavidez, he's ready. I don't know if it's 20, 26, whatever. I don't want to get no excuses. I want to see the fight. Yes, he earned the right to fight Canelo. It's a mandatory now. Number one guy.
Yeah,
but
he's been the mandatory for the past two. He's been the mandatory for the past two fights.
True. That is correct. That is correct. My bad. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, Coach, to me, neither one is a boxer. To me, they're going to go toe-to-toe. And we all know that styles make fight. So that's the wrong fight. The wrong style to fight Canelo. Canelo's still young. He got all that experience. And we know that Benavidez can dish it out. They can take it. But Canelo's going to bring it. You know, Coach? And Canelo's no joke. He's a whole different monster. You know? So when they do fight, I always root for the underdog, but I think Canelo's going to beat that kid. Especially in the pocket, I think Canelo should do a lot of damage. And what do you think, Coach?
I mean, you know, they got to fight each other. That's what I think.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
They got to fight each other because I can make a compelling argument for both fighters. I can make a compelling argument because Canelo's a very good counterpuncher. He's very good at parrying. He's very good at parrying.
Yeah, man. Like you say, he's always in position to throw his shots, man. That's something.
Yeah.
But going to 112.75, I think that was a mistake fighting the ball up there, to be honest with you. But listen, I want you. Hey, it should be a decent fight, and it should be good for boxing.
All right.
That's my call, Coach. Thank you for taking my call.
Yeah, Canelo is very good at parrying shots. He's very good at parrying his shots, slipping, countering, rolling with the shot. When you throw the punch, he's very good at rolling and coming back with the counters and stuff like that. He throws a lot of hard punches. The thing is you know, when you're throwing hard shots like that, over a duration of time, you do kind of wear down a little bit. So we'll see exactly what Canelo has. But I fully expect Canelo to destroy John Ryder. I'm not giving John Ryder a snowball chance in hell. If I was to bet my money, I would say look for like a 5th round knockout. I'm picking Canelo to probably knock out John Ryder in 5. I'm not gonna lie, dog. I'm not impressed with John Ryder. There's nothing that no one can tell me that's going to convince me that John Ryder is some kind of killer. He's not. I ain't. He ain't nobody. He ain't nobody. Yeah, I'm just being honest with you. Now he's somebody in the UK. In the UK, he might be one of the greatest fighters in the history of boxing over there. In the UK, John Ryder might be the white Muhammad Ali. In the UK, John Ryder might be Rocky Marciano. In the UK, John Ryder might be the super middleweight version of Tyson Fury. But in my eyes, from what I've seen, that boy don't stand a snowball chance in hell. And I say that as Two-Tone the Superstar would say, and I say that respectfully. True. Man, that man, they're gonna beat the brakes off that dude, man. Man, that dude gonna get the brakes beat off of him, though. Bro, he gonna get the brakes beat off of him, bro. Let me tell you something, man. Bro, man, shit. This is a tune-up fight for Canelo. This is a tune-up fight for Canelo. You can believe that. This is a tune-up. I know I might be pissing some people off from the UK, and I ain't trying to be funny. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, guys. Please don't get offended by what I'm saying, but I'm just saying, dog, Canelo gonna run through this dude like X-Lax. This is gonna be one of the easiest fights for Canelo. Put your money on 5. If you want to stay alive, put your money on 5. This fight don't go past 5. I would be shocked if it go past 5 rounds. Well, listen, I would be so. He say Ryder's a problem. He's tougher than Yildirim, so he'll take more of a beating before quitting. No, he ain't gotta quit. He ain't gotta quit. He gonna lean back. I'm telling you. Listen, let me tell you something. Ryder. He said what you say? Oh, you say Ryder's problem is he's tougher than Yildirim, so he's going to take a lot more beating. Yeah, no. Ryder's problem is this is Ryder's problem. Saul Canelo Alvarez. That's his problem. Saul Canelo Alvarez is Ryder's problem. That's his problem, dog. Boy, let me tell you something, boy. Listen, yes, you know what I'm gonna do? This is what I'm gonna do. That's this what I'm gonna do. Canelo fighting Ryder, right? Canelo fighting Ryder. You know what we're gonna do? All jokes aside. This is what we're gonna do. Canelo's fighting Ryder. What we're gonna have to do, dog, and I honestly mean this here. What we're gonna have to do, because Canelo, they're gonna have the Mexican authorities there. Canelo might go to jail for murder. He might go to jail for murder. He gonna kill this dude. But let me tell you something, boy. I can show enough promise you that I'm gonna have to say a prayer for John Ryder.
And I want you to hold on to God's unchanging hand, because he helped Joshua fight the battle of Jericho. Yes. He helped Daniel get out the lion's den. He helped Gilligan get off the island. Lord.
Although the Lord did help Gilligan get off the island, although the Lord, you know what I mean? And I want you, and now Caleb Plant tried to hold on. He tried to hold on, and I want you to hold on, to God's unchanging hands, because he helped Benavidez fight the battle of Caleb Plant. Yes, he helped Daniel, get out the lion's den, but he's not gonna help Gilligan get off the island. Lord, will the Lord, not Lord, the Lord, will the Lord help John Ryder, get off the island of Canelo? Will the Lord help John Ryder, help him get out the lion's den? Will the Lord help John Ryder survive those vicious body shots that's coming? Will the Lord help Canelo? And he's fighting Canelo in Mexico, around all them Mexicans. So he gonna fight Canelo in Mexico around a stadium full of Mexicans and drug cartels. Boy, let me tell you something. John Ryder is fighting Canelo in the heart of Mexico. He's going to be surrounded by Mexicans, all them Mexicans and drug cartels going to be there. This man don't stand a snowball chance in hell. Listen, Goku can't help him. Vegeta can't help him. Krillin can't help him. Piccolo can't help him. Optimus Prime can't help him. Megatron can't help him. The Dinobots can't help him. Starscream can't help him. Lion-O can't help him. Mum-Ra can't help him. He-Man can't help him. Skeletor can't help him. Bruh, he is in trouble. True. Boy, listen, boy, let me tell you something, boy. Don't let nobody fool y'all. Don't let nobody fool y'all. Boy, I'm trying to tell you, boy. John Ryder, boy, I don't know. Boy, John Ryder, boy, he ain't no walk in the park. Do not let nobody fool y'all. John Ryder is a walk in the park.
True.
This gonna be the easiest. This might be one of the easiest paydays of Canelo career outside of. I'm trying to tell you, dog. I'm trying to tell you this right here, but I don't know. Maybe y'all know some. Maybe y'all know something I don't know. Maybe y'all know something I don't know. You know what I mean? He might be. He might. Hold on. You know what? I tell you what. Maybe, just maybe. Maybe I need to put some respect on John Ryder.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more. Put some respect on my name.
Maybe John Ryder, maybe he know the quarter blood technique.
I am a chain belt in Kung Fu. Bruce Lee was my teacher. Watch this. Quarter blood technique. You do that, a quarter blood will drop out of a person's body.
He gonna need that quarter blood technique. I'm trying to tell you, dog. Now we do know that David Benavidez, as they say, he is the number one contender.
Now I am the number one contender. I'm tired of James the Poodle, Grim Reaper, whatever you want to call himself, ducking me. All right, I'm tired of man driving around town in 8 Rolls Royces. He ain't fought nobody. I'm still in a bro hand.
Hey man, listen, wait, what about El Unico? What El Unico say? He say, don't let coach fool y'all. Boy, El Unico, and I know that you know that John Ryder don't stand a snowball chance in hell. And I say that respectfully.
Don't ever forget, when I found you was strung out on coke. When I found you was like a big house, contemplating about killing yourself. So don't you ever forget who brought you to big time box. I drugged you back. I brought you back. I provided food and put food on your table for your family to eat. And I'm doing it for the second time. So don't you ever forget that.
What to say, Flex BX, you say Canelo not the same. He drinking and not being disciplined. He say anymore. He say, so this Ryder fight going to all? This Ryder fight going to all? Yeah, I disagree with that. I think this was going to happen to John Ryder. Oh, Lord, I swear to God, when I see that whole ass nigga goes man like how ways, I'm going to put them paws on him. Nigga, Wakanda forever, bitch. Oh, Lord, he threw Wakanda through that fence. Wakanda is dead. Oh, Lord. I'm just, that's how, Now, Ryder may have a chance, and Ryder may have a chance if he do this to Big Nello. If he do this to Big Nello, maybe Canelo will feel sorry for him and let him make it about 8 rounds. Maybe about 8, 9 rounds. I think if he do this, I think that Big Nello will show him some mercy.
After my God, I respect you. I respect you. After my God. I respect you. After my God. Give him after my God.
You second to God, champ.
No. I didn't listen. I respect him. I'm sorry. I respect him.
Come on for the nigga pass out. Take the picture before you pass out.
Yeah, get him before he pass out.
Yeah.
Hold him up.
Yo, we gotta take this guy everywhere. Yeah. Yo, champ.
He needs air.
You need air.
He needs air. Take the picture. Take the picture before you face the picture.
That's my hero, right? That's my hero. One more.
It takes a lot to do it. All right, why are you pushing?
Don't worry about it. I got you, all right?
The only way John Ryder could win this fight, he gonna need some help from my dog, Hippity. That's the only way he gonna win this fight. Oh, pussy ass nigga, what's going on, boy? I'm telling you, boy, I'm knock your fuck ass out, boy. Blow for blow, pound for pound, nigga. I got the title, nigga. I'm telling you, boy, finna knock one of you Wakanda niggas out. Nigga, I got these hands, nigga. I'm throwing them paws at the nigga, finna knock your ass down again, nigga. Get your ass back up, nigga. Don't run, nigga. I'm telling you, boy, I want all the smoke, nigga. I'm throwing them paws, nigga. I'm putting them hands on you, nigga. I told you what I'm gonna do to you, nigga. Catch you with the check left hook, nigga. I told you, boy, pound for pound, nigga. I'm the best. This more action than any Devin Haney fight. Put these paws on you, nigga. I told you, I got you backing up, nigga. Nigga, watch that check left foot, knock your ass down again, nigga. I'm telling you, boy, It is what it is, nigga. I'm gonna make it do what it do. I'm telling you, boy, we ain't even playing over here, boy. Now that's who Canelo ducking. Canelo ducking Hippity. True. Hey, that's who he ducking. You see how they fight in the pocket? You see how he fight in the pocket? He got 2 knockdowns. That's who Canelo ducking. Canelo don't want none of that smoke right there, boy. They're straight palms. Now you know what? Now John Ryder might need some help from that whole ass nigga named Money B from Brooklyn. That's all I'm saying. Listen, you know what? Maybe John Ryder will win the fight. Maybe Coach Malachi, Coach, you got to have vision.
Well, I respect your ambition, Willie, but you got to have vision.
See, I ain't got no vision, see, when it comes to this fight right here. I ain't got no vision. You get what I'm saying? Because this is the way I see it. This is the way I see it.
I smell something, man. You smell something?
I definitely smell something in my hair.
I smell pussy.
Hey, that's all I'm saying, dog. That's all I'm saying. You know, I ain't trying to rain on nobody parade or nothing like that there. I mean, I'm pretty sure John Ryder's a good guy. He's a nice lad from the UK. But boy, I'm gonna tell you something, boy. His ass they finna make Mexican taco meat out of his ass, goddamn it, over there, man. And I say that respectfully. And as a matter of fact, John Ryder, you know, if you want to curse me out, John Ryder, if you are fans of John Ryder and you want to curse me out and talk trash to me because you feel like, you know, I'm out of pocket, you're right about that. I'm going to give myself to Riley, and y'all let me know that I'm out of pocket. Everybody in the UK, y'all let me know I'm out of pocket, and you have a right to check me. As a matter of fact, I'm going to give myself to Riley for making my...
Fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck the socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap-ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
Look here, man. Now, you already know now. Now, John Ryder now. I like John Ryder now. I like John a lot. You know, I don't really know much about him. But, you know, I like him. He seemed like a nice kid, nice lad, whatever the case may be. But I'm telling you, boy, if you want to stay alive, put your money on fire.
Who you think he is? DJ Quick?
No,
I ain't saying Kid Capri?
I didn't say
that. Oh, you must be Jimmy Walker. Well, you ain't nothing. You don't deserve nothing. You don't get nothing. You get what I give you. I got a contract between me and you that say you do what I tell you to do. Therefore, shut up. Don't say nothing. Don't speak to me. Don't look at me.
I tell you something. Money, you know, I just say.
Blue, if I raise up, gonna be trouble. Trouble. I'm walking off.
Listen, boy, I'm gonna tell you something. Fighting Canelo and well, you know, fighting Canelo anywhere is gonna be a problem. But fighting Canelo in Mexico, man, boy, at that stadium, that man gonna put on the show, boy. He finna give the people what they want to see. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, dog. Canelo gonna be the shogun that night.
Am I the meanest?
Sure enough.
Am I the prettiest?
Sure enough.
Am I the baddest mofo low down around this town?
Sure enough.
Well, who am I?
Sure enough.
Who am I?
Sure enough.
I can't hear you.
Sure enough.
Shogun of Harlem.
That's how Canelo coming to the stage. Am I the meanest? Sure enough. Am I the prettiest? Sure enough. Am I the toughest Mexican monster around this town? Sure enough. Who am I? Canelo Alvarez. Who am I? Canelo Alvarez. I can't hear you. Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. Canelo. The Shogun of Mexico. This puto don't stand a chance, boy. Boy, John Ryder got two chances to get past 5 to win this fight. Slim and none. And guess what? Slim just been kidnapped.
Man, who this little young whippersnapper running all up into my combo? Look at you. You're all wet behind your ears. Breath smelling like Similac. Man, you better go on home before you get your little thick ass tossed up.
Hey, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying, dog. Hey, you know what, man? Shout out to my dog, Booker.
Make it last. Make it last forever. Don't let I love you.
Say, Coach, is John Ryder a tune-up fight? Would Canelo go run through him like X-Lax? Yeah, and you know what? I ain't got nothing to say.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Anything you say, 5. Go ahead, ask me a question. Did you? 5.
Now you know I gotta give thanks to my Lord and Savior.
Well, you know, I guess I gotta be like everybody else and sing Al Haymon. I can quit my job now, baby. 6 figures, baby. You feel me? I'm about to
But a name. Do you have a name?
Oh, nah, I ain't got no name, you know.
Name them names, man.
They know who they is.
Name the names, please. The names need to be named.
They know who they is.
The Mexican monster.
Hey, Halim say no tune-up fight. He say no tune-up fight. He say real man fight. Okay, all right, Halim. Remember, in 5, I got Canelo in 5. I got Canelo stopping him in the heart of Mexico in 5. That's what I got.
Fuck you. Fuck the plane you flew in on. Fuck them shoes. Fuck the socks with the bell on it. Fuck them cheap-ass cigars. Fuck your yuck mouth teeth. Fuck your hairpiece. Fuck your chocolate. Fuck Guy Ritchie. Fuck Prince William. Fuck the Queen. This is America. My president is black and my Lambo is blue, nigga. Now get the fuck out my hotel room. And if I see you in the street, I'm slapping the shit out of you.
For all the tenderonis that's in the chat, you know, little Green Eyes P was in the chat, Fee on the tube, you know, all the tenderonis in the chat. And you know what, man, all the tenderonis, man, I got something special for y'all. We do love the tenderonis. I got something special for the tenderonis. Dr. Umar, talk to the tenderonis, bro.
And by the way, ladies, and I'm telling you the God's honest truth. By the way, ladies, I'm telling you the God's honest truth. By the way, ladies, I'm telling you the God's honest truth. I had a dream. And spirit confirmed to me in the dream that I'm supposed to have 2 wives. And since it came to me in my dream, it is official and it is authentic. It was approved by the heavens. They will not be the same complexion because I don't want to be accused of being a light-skinned supremacist or a dark-skinned supremacist.
That's all I'm saying, fam. We don't want to be accused of that. You know what I mean?
Shut that soft ass shit up.
And the best man
Shut
to
that
win.
soft. That's some soft ass shit. Shut that soft ass shit up. All that soft talking. I know you can do it, man. You got the. Man, shut that soft ass shit up.
You know, hey, Halim, my brother, I got a lot of love for you. He said Canelo couldn't KO a 40-year-old man, Triple G. Yeah, but I got him stopping him. And I'm finna explain to you. Halim, how we gonna do it. This is exactly how we gonna do it.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate, to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
As a matter of fact, I just got word that the Mexican authorities will be ringside because after this murder that Canelo's going to commit in Mexico, they're going to be taking him to jail.
You sound like a bitch. Bitch. Man, I ain't worried about jail. Shit, man, I don't give a damn about going to jail. Nigga, take me to jail.
Take me to jail?
Shit, lock me up.
Lock me up.
Throw away the key.
Throw away the key.
Hey, there, what it is. Once again, it's old, man. Let me do what it do. Shout out to my dog, AB.
Turn around.
Give a shout out to everybody who called the show. Shout out to Casino Life Press. Shout out to Coach Eddie from the ATL, Casino Life Press from the ATL as well. Shout out to Shadow Ghost from Virginia. Shout out to Derek from Florida 2 times. Shout out to Yarmans from Brooklyn. Shout out to G Funky Man from Sacktown. Shout out to Big Jern from Texas 2 times. Shout out to DJ from Dallas, Texas. Well, Texas showed up today. Shout out to Easy from Dallas. Shout out to D Block from Dallas. Boy, shout out to Two-Tone, the superstar from Phoenix, Arizona. Shout out to Uncle Charles from Alabama. Shout out to Boston Logic United from DC. Shout out to Byron from Savannah, Georgia. Shout out to my brother Rosika from Mobile, Alabama. Shout out to Jerron from New York. Shout out to Matty Johnson. Oh, shout out to Nate Johnson from Texas. Got a lot of calls from Texas. Shout out to Jose from Santa Ana. Shout out to Chris from Boston. Shout out to Ron Boy Fresh from DC. Shout out to Rick from LA. Yay. Shout out to Fee on the tube from Duval. Shout out to Slick Rick from Toronto. Shout out to Jamie from New York. Once again, this on is our boy Coach Malachi Williams signing out. 2 minutes today, USA Boxing. Hey guys, we're gonna have a fire show tomorrow, man. I'm glad to be back in the office. It is what it is. Shout out to Rick Timms. Shout out to Swat Jones. As a matter of fact, let me send a shout out to everybody. Shout out to Rick Timms. Shout out to Swat Jones, Miguel Gomez, Halim, Dr. Paul Evans, Green Eyes P. Shout out to Food Revolution, Bless 365. Shout out to Jamie Rivera, School of X-Man, Knockdown 305, Marlon. Shout out to Raphael, Cool Buck Curry. Shout out to Bill. Shout out to my brother Halim in the building. It is what it is. Flex BX. What's happening, man? It is what it is. Shout out to Big Sarge, Schoolo, Juan, the Boxing Scientist, and everyone else I may have forgot. Shout out to 626 Jacob. Shout out to Gertz, D1 in the building. Shout out to Juan. Shout out to my main man, Rick Tills, man. Shout out to my brother Marquis. Marquis, what's going on, fam? It is what it is. Once again, it's on. Hey, man, but don't let them fool you. Oh, no. Well, you better put your money on Canelo in 5 if you want to stay alive. See you guys tomorrow at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Rick Grimer, what up? You know my motto. Don't meet me there.
I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.